Passa's on now. So who fancies doing a recap of what happened 2 weeks ago when we played? Because we didn't play last week.
Ooh. What did happen 2 weeks ago? The group, some of us managed to escape. The Carantal of the capital. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the palace. I can't really tell if this was last week or the week before, but we were in the palace, like myself, Raph, and the 3 spies.
It was the week before, I think.
Was that the week before? Okay, so we escaped from there. We were in Meriden.
Mm-hmm.
And we tree walked back to the top of the hill, and we also met up with Naren Zorgar and Muir, and like Gek and Ward and everyone else as well. So actually, everyone like reconvened and met up last session.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool. Zorgar has a spectral griffin. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You also try Nick's own sandwich.
Yeah, Zorgar.
I didn't try Nick
and
anyone.
Naren went on their grand escape from Carantal. I was just walking through the city, and then Zorgar and you were teleporting out, and Naren scaling the wall invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Straight over to a small village to meet up with Get, Sora, Mishan, and Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Where Zorgar then tried to barter for some clothes and steal a sandwich. Then we walked outside the town, summoned a griffin, flew to the others, and then went on a scouting mission to try and find the army that took our stuff and bailouts, but we only came across the 8th Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Did not come across the other Legion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the thing. That was where we stopped. So, I suppose I don't have any housekeeping stuff to do. Because I already mentioned the new Dragonborn breath weapons. So, I suppose we probably pick up in the kind of forest that we'd left things off at. All the troops have reconvened. The army, for the first time since you started sending people away to the valley. You have everyone there, including Lida, this time. So everyone is kind of convened. Naren and Zorgar return from scouting. And there is generally an air of, like you guys arrive back and people, there's kind of been an organic kind of confluence of all the kind of respective sort of like faction leaders within your army, and there's a general air of kind of people looking to Naren and Zorgar for kind of instruction. Sargon, kind of as you guys get back, Sargon says, what is the plan, Commander?
Well, I don't suppose you saw which way the 5th, was it, Legion started? What Legion were they?
It was the 5th that has your stuff, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I don't suppose you saw which way they started marching off in, with baylights.
No, sir, we've just been here, obviously.
I see.
We've certainly not seen anyone come past. Where were they? What was their? How did they come upon you, anyways?
Who?
The 5th. Sargon is still kind of like somewhat out of the loop because he's been in this little hidden valley for ages with all the other dudes.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like a little, kind of not entirely up to speed, and also has a fairly different kind of like. There's a kind of there's a somewhat. He's a bit like kind of like, okay, well, he's a bit more cheerful about stuff because he missed all the spy shenanigans and things as well.
We had a spy that was leaking our location. to the enemy.
Oh. Who was it, sir?
So
How didn't we find them?
we did find them when we tried to transport them here. The 8th and the 5th caught up to us on the hills just outside of Ormond.
Right. They were dispatched at the same time then?
Maybe. We knew the 8th had been on our tail for some time, and we kind of bumped into the 5th.
Right, so it was potentially...
not long after we left.
There's some sort of form of pincer movement, or just a unhappy coincidence?
I couldn't tell you. Knowing our luck, maybe an unhappy coincidence, but could have also been a pincer.
Right. And it's the 5th that have Captain Gaur.
Yes. Yeah, I believe so.
Right. I see. So what is our plan then?
That's a very good question. I think the plan at this point is infiltrate Carantol and just siege the palace. It's the best I've got. If anybody has any input, it would be more than appreciated.
So you're just there's a bit kind of some chatter with this, and Sargon says, so we're sieging the. We're just going straight for Valentar?
Well, as you've noticed, the smuggler and the dishonoured knights are not the best at leading a revolution. So I figure it's better to cut to the chase and do what we do best, which is throw ourselves in the deep end and stab our way out.
So, when you say siege, what exactly are you meaning? Just go down there and kill a bunch of dudes, and then kill Balasar and get out?
That wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
What did you have in mind then?
I'll be honest, I don't have anything fleshed out. Just get in the palace, get Balasar, probably take out the 10 claws.
And we get my stuff?
Right, good to see your head's in the game. You're on board with the plan. No,
Can we get my stuff though?
Half your stuff is with the 5th, and half your stuff is in the palace.
Yeah. See that half though, I'd like it back.
Sargon says, sir, respectfully, I'm not sure we'd be able to hold the palace against Keldrath.
Who says we need to hold it?
Well, do we not?
In and out situation?
He looks confused.
How many dudes do we have?
You got about 200 dudes.
It's not a lot of dudes.
Not a whole lot of dudes.
Compared to their amount of dudes.
They have probably more dudes. But
Yeah,
they also have to worry about, like, potentially, making sure that they have some dudes in reserve for attacks from the continental dudes.
Ah.
Sargon says, what are you suggesting, Commander?
Sargon, it's good to see you again, but at least get me a drink before you start asking me all these questions.
You kind
I've
of...
been in prison, I've been sleeping in the bottom of a shoe shop, I've been on the back of a griffin for the past few hours.
I kind of point and say, fetch something. And a little soldier kind of runs away. And then Kareth pipes up, because there's kind of, you've sort of kind of arrived at an informal semicircle of people. And, some of them look more pleased than others. And Gareth kind of has her arms crossed, and she kind of says, I'm tired of waiting around, Commander. Any minute now could be Captain Gaur's last. We need to do something."
Yeah. That's
And the
why
soldier
I asked
scurries
if you
back.
knew which way the fifth left him.
And see it.
Thank you.
I'm not sure, sir.
Because I didn't see them heading to Cantol, and I also don't know if they still have bailouts or whether they transferred them to the 8. I don't know.
But, well, they would have been on a trajectory for Ormond.
Are you saying they should have been, or you think they were?
I believe they may have. They were certainly coming for that direction.
Would they have gone there with bailouts then?
Seems unlikely.
So he's with the 8.
Well, he's either with them or he's in Ormond.
Oh yeah, that was the plan. We could maybe try and sneak up on the 8th while they're sleeping at night and storm them.
Let's do that.
I guess a bit more people. People get a bit more drived up with it. It's like, okay, cool, we're doing something cool.
Okay.
And what happens after? Sir, Sargon says. Assuming we've recovered Captain Gaur. Then what?
We move on to Cantol, I guess, unless anyone has any objections.
Ormond pipes up. He kind of is like, "Look, Commander, I don't want to. I don't mean any. But how sure are you that will work? Because, I mean, maybe we get out while we're ahead.
50-50.
Like, we get Balak's back, and I mean, we've not lost anyone yet, except for those that fell at the temple. I mean, there's nothing to say we couldn't come back later when we have more of a plan." And Samur's like, "What are you talking about? You can't leave." Saros has his arms crossed. He's kind of just watching all this. Saros probably nearby.
I guess we rescue Balex and then we play it from there.
Yeah, I get a couple of people that are they kind of nod and like, all right, what's the plan?
So if we were to travel, how many hexes do you travel a day?
On the scale map, every hex is an hour's walk.
So is it reasonable to assume that we could maybe slice our way a minute? Ooh. Is there any intercept point where we could reach the 8th Legion by nightfall?
Let me have a look here. So there.
Or are they gonna reach the city tonight?
It does kind of look like they're gonna get to the city before. I mean, this is probably not a super accurate placement of your guys. Like, you're probably more like here, I'd say, by the time you get everyone down the mountain and stuff. So. Like, you could intercept them, but it'd be quite close to the capital. Like, probably within sight of Carantal.
They'd be probably just going through to the city.
It seems likely.
They wouldn't be camping out right next to the city.
Probably not.
Rurak, how do you go about scrying?
Well, usually I have my orb, which I don't have.
Will any old orb do?
I mean, yeah. If you have a glass sphere, you should be able to use that to scry.
I have a glass bottle that I just finished.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look.
The bottom is circular.
Jake, I'd like to take this bottle and really thoroughly inspect it, like kind of feel the weight and channel my like divine energies into this and really try and peer into something, like in through the bottle, through the top, and like what do I see, Jake?
I mean, you see a bottle right now.
This is a bottle, Naren.
It smells.
An orb.
It has a rich kind of aroma to it. It's robust. Some kind of strong alcoholic beverage has been contained in this container. Looks like it's a cork top. Reusable. Capacity, I don't know, 3-4 cups.
It's a nice bottle,
average
Naren.
glass.
Average glass, yeah.
Average glass, brown glass.
Brown,
Could put it in the green
okay.
recycling.
Brown. Yeah. Not exactly super clear.
No.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that you tried something there, but that's not gonna do. Jake, do I still have a? Did I find like a locket? Is that what it was?
Yeah, you
I
had a
used
little
to
mirror.
try
Yeah.
and- Yeah. I'll tell now if you have any silver mirrors, then I can scry into those. So if anyone in your ranks has a silver mirror, then you can use that.
Zorgar's mum pipes up. She says, "I have a hand mirror."
Oh.
She kind of
Oh right.
reaches into like the pocket, like into the folds of where she's carrying the egg and stuff, and produces like this little like hand mirror. It's quite nice.
Oh, thank you. May I use this?
Of course, if it can be helpful.
May I adjust my beard? Thank you.
Okay. Now, what do you want me to scry on?
Baylax.
Alex.
I
All right.
spent much time with the moon.
Jake, I'd like to get the mirror, face up to the sky, do like a little prayer. Maybe I draw some lines in the dirt or whatever it is, and start trying to gather up a scry spell on Balex. Yeah.
Okay. So what is your spell save? DC?
I think it's 17. I'm not certain. Sorry. Let me.
17 sounds about right. So you know Balax pretty well. So I'd say you're familiar with him. Do you have any physical connection with him? A likeness or picture? A possession or garment? Or a body part, perhaps? A lock of hair, a bit of nail?
I'll ask Naren for all of those.
Yeah.
Anything, Naren?
What scale color is Baylax?
Red.
Well, some say Baylax and I look pretty similar. I'm a likeness.
Yeah, that's so helpful, because now I'll just end up scrying on you.
Cat kind of tugs on Muir's arm and says, "They don't look anything like each other. They like soul."
What was it? Hair, object, or
Possession or garment?
You don't keep any of your crew's scales and skin, do you?
Baylax's weaponry or armor?
Someone's like, yes, sir, I've got the captain's mace here.
Aha!
Oh,
well, one of them
is to the druid, not the druid, the wee one, the dwarf. That's
you can do it. You can do it, Naren.
This soldier kind of like sheepishly kind of walks over and towards Rick, and he keeps looking at Naren and then back as if he's just to check he's going the right way. He kind of looks to Naren and then to Rick and then to Naren and then to Lida in case that's what and then he hands the mace over to Rick.
I'm the druid. It's not a druid. Thank you.
The wee one, the dwarf.
I am a dwarf. He was right there. Yeah, does this work, Jake?
That'll work, yeah.
That'll work.
So he's got a -9 on his save then, because you've got a possession of his, and you know him well. So, he is pretty wise. Probably no +7. Let's say +8.
I'm
-9.
hoping that the mirror is set up so other people can see as well. Like,
Sure.
maybe it should just face up.
Yeah. So Belax fails his save.
Okay.
He gets a 10 total. So you start chanting. You hold the mirror up. It's a pretty small mirror, so like not very many people will be able to get around, but like Naren will be able to get around, and maybe like 2 or 3 other people. And you begin to chant, and there's a kind of you hear distant thunder crackle across the sky. You still feel like Altius isn't like super around right now, but the spell still goes off and it still works.
Okay.
And this picture shimmers into view on the mirror. You can see there's like it's lunchtime, so you'd be on the move. So you see Belax. He's kind of hunched over, and he is dressed in rags, basically, like grubby underclothes. He's covered in mud and dirt. He looks bruised as well, like he's got there's like scabs on his face as if someone's been like beating the snot out of him. And his arms are bound, and he's walking along behind these very well armored soldiers, and you can see their tabards. They have this insignia of a red dragon on them that you recognize as the insignia of the 8th Legion, Scales 8th Legion. And you can see them just kind of processing in a direction. Belax is kind of moving fairly closely. And
Is there anything in the environment that like gives a clue of where they might be?
They're walking along a track, like a road, and you can see kind of in the surroundings, it's all fairly like open, grassy plains.
Okay.
So it's fairly visible terrain certainly, and it looks like they're traveling along like a well-trafficked road, like a main road.
Any indication of if they're heading north or south?
Can
I tell if shadows and things?
Yeah, you can probably tell based on like shadows and like you can maybe see where the sun is right now relative to where you are. You can see that they're heading north.
They're heading north. Okay. Well,
So I don't know how long the spell lasts for.
I'm not sure either. Sorry, Jake, I don't have it up right now.
Duration 10 minutes. Yeah, so if you're watching for 10 minutes, that's largely going to be all you'll see.
Okay.
At one point during the 10 minutes, someone spits on Belax, and he his arms are bound, so he can't even it's like under one of his horns, and he can't even get up to wipe it away.
Do you hear sound when you scry?
Do you hear sound? I don't think so. No, you can see and hear. Yeah. Yeah, so you can hear the sound of trundling feet.
Any names?
Any names? You overhear some kind of general chatter. It's difficult to make out actual sentences, but you can hear you hear people mention Belax's name. You hear people mention Karth, and you hear people mention Falazar.
Okay.
And you hear people kind of you like one of the only sentences you can pick out is someone kind of like bumps into him, or he bumps into someone, and like someone's that like there's a bit of a kind of an exchange between him and one of the soldiers where they're like they say just as well you'll be executed in the morning, and they kind of shove him.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll basically just pass that all on to Naren and Zorgar.
Sure.
So I'll let him know it looks like Belax is getting he's imprisoned, but in chains, getting dragged, heading north on an open road, and he's gonna get executed tomorrow. So maybe we should go and pick him up.
The 8th Legion, you say?
The 8th Legion have him. Yeah, the 8th Legion.
Those bastards.
Do you think with Zorgar's Griffin and with me on wings, potentially Fraffin as an eagle, that we could get him out of there?
You're suggesting a swooping attack?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's what we do best.
Airborne combat.
Airborne combat. I would be worried. Are they the Legion that had wizards?
That's
No,
about
that's not
it.
fair.
Okay. Laser beam, death beam, wizard.
As far as you know,
Yeah.
they don't have any wizards.
As far as we
So you've
know.
not gotten,
Also,
you've not really seen these guys
they
up close, really.
Probably have archers.
We probably have archers. We can kind of deal with the archers.
It's like
I mean,
wizards with wood.
do you think we can get your army to the 8th Legion before they get to Karen Hall?
I mean, like Jake said, we'd be intercepting them like right outside Tarantol, like here.
Oh, sorry. Right.
The only thing about that is, if you're wanting to take the pass with everybody you've got left, there's a fair chance that some of these people are going to die if you charge this army. So
Yeah.
you'd be down people, so it'd probably be better if we just swooped in and nabbed them.
Okay.
Question is, how do you swoop in and nab in the middle of an army?
Well, he's open. He's not in something. He's not imprisoned.
Chained up.
He's chained up. So whatever we pick, if we pick him up, we're picking something else up with him as well. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
more prisoners. I don't know
What-
if that's a cart. I
What
don't
did
know
we
if
see?
it's-
When we saw him, what was he chained to?
Oh, that's good. Jake, did I see that?
You
Did
didn't
we
see.
that? Okay. Okay.
We can make Frappin invisible, so he just kind of gets swooped and floats up.
I like it. I'm still concerned about what he's chained to.
And also the arrows.
The arrows will be something. Is there anything we can? Doesn't someone have freedom of movement? Someone cast that spell. Muir.
I do.
Oh. And also
I think I have
Zorgar.
it.
You have as well.
I'm sure I
Because if you can cast freedom of movement on him as you're picking him up, then hopefully doesn't his bindings just kind of slide off? Isn't that kind of how that works?
True. Yeah, we could cast freedom of movement, and then as soon as we grab him, we could do a group invisibility thing, so they wouldn't be able to see where to fire.
Yeah. I can do a false cloud.
I do have freedom of movement.
So we can have 3 flying squads, I believe. I've got wings. Someone can join me. Zorgar's
come on
got
my
the
Griffin?
Griffin. Yeah. I don't know how many people the Griffin could carry, but that's
Quite a
an option.
lot.
Quite a lot.
You mentioned, isn't it 2? Last time it was enlarged.
Yeah, normally
Oh,
you
yeah.
can probably carry 2.
Okay.
Okay,
And
2.
Fraffin's also here with turning into an eagle form or something, or an air elemental or whatever works.
Yeah, that's
I
I
think,
think like if we
2-man
swoop
squads.
down, and then Zora can cast freedom of movement, and then as soon as Balax is grabbed, I can cast group invisibility, and we should be fine.
Okay.
And then there could be a backup flying stuff if things go really badly wrong.
I'll
Which
be on
probably
the backup team. 'Cause
Yeah.
currently I provide nothing.
I
Flexible.
I don't have anything in particularly helpful. So maybe I can be backup. I can heal. So if someone goes down, I maybe can pick them up and heal them.
Being able
I'll
to
try and be
resurrect
rain.
people is pretty useful the best times.
Maybe
Maybe
yeah.
rain some thunder from the sky.
I mean, if you want me to rain some thunder, that works as well. I can certainly cause some havoc from above,
Mm.
whilst you are all on the operation of getting Balax out. One more thing: are there more prisoners than just Balax? Like, do you know that the 8th Legion have more of your troops, or?
No, I am not
No,
aware of any other prisoners.
Okay.
If you saw any in your scry, that would be handy. But
I only saw Balax. Is that right, Jake? I only saw.
Yeah, you only saw it.
Okay.
No one else that you
also,
ran
we
against.
need to somehow locate Balax from the middle of an army.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
That's a very good point.
That's a problem.
Okay. Actually, no, the cloud. Keep forgetting the clouds aren't invisible. I was gonna say just we could be little clouds.
Sargon says, what happens after you grab the captain? Because they're not gonna I mean, if they're taking him to Carantol, then they'll be on the hunt for us after that.
They will. They will.
And they won't expect us to be heading to the place they were taking Balak. So haha, it all works
Yeah,
out perfectly.
It's a good point. I think we should head south after we grab Balax and
South.
try and lead them away from your troops. So
Okay.
if we make it look like we're heading to Orminth, for instance, then maybe they follow. I don't know.
Are the spies here?
Yeah, they're still here.
Can I ask them how confident they are in their abilities?
What do you mean?
I mean, how many troops do you think you could sneak into Carantol?
Look, we're respectfully,
Yes.
we're spies. We're not smugglers. We're not.
Yeah, hang on, that's my deal. Oh, no,
Also,
okay.
we weren't contracted to do any kind of insurrection stuff,
To be fair, your contract was very vague.
And I mean, personally, I already feel like some of the boundaries have been overstepped on that one.
You could be right, or they could have been understepped. Like I said, very vague contract. I guess actually, why have I come to you? I'm the smuggler here. Did Naren if Naren was to human traffic his soldiers into Carantol, how would Naren go about it?
I mean, that's largely an Aaron question.
What
be
I mean
honest.
is like, what would be the key points of entry that would be least guarded, and would it be possible to just walk them in as civilians, that kind of stuff?
In an ordinary day, probably, yeah. It would be easy enough to just walk them in. When you left the city, it was in super lockdown, so it feels like that's not going to be so much of an option. So you probably conclude that the gates aren't going to be a goer. So the only other kind of points of entry would be via the harbor, or somehow via the sewers.
I was gonna say that, Naren's a smuggler with ship, like a ship smuggler. So like, I would assume that using a ship would be the Naren's go-to sort of like method.
This whole conversation's making me worried that the implication that Naren smuggled people before. Traffic
Yeah.
people in the city.
Got experience in this, Naren?
So I think the best way to do it would be
That's
to
not an answer.
go.
That was a dodge.
Maybe start having the army break into small groups and watch the city from a distance as civilians. And is it notable along the walls when they're in super lockdown as opposed to normal?
The most noticeable thing you noticed was that the gates were actually shut. So like if someone is positioned with an eyeline towards the gate, when they're presumably normally the gates are open by default.
What about papers?
Papers,
Do you need them?
you probably don't actually know whether or not you need them.
Because we've been asked for papers several times, but some of them were bullshit, like adventuring papers.
Jake.
Yeah.
How is Carantol's air defenses?
Air defenses.
Probably better than most cities.
Well, how often are they getting attacked via
They've got
air?
dragons flying around and stuff.
Yeah,
They've
they
got-
do. They're one of the few places that have the air troops. So in terms of other cities, they are the best air defended. They also have these big friggin' sun laser things, which are
There's
normally
sun
for
laser
ships,
things.
but that could be probably maybe.
Oh, the big,
Yeah,
big
the big
magnifying
focusing
glass.
lenses.
That's cool. I was going to suggest it, and Matt, I think you would love this. I was going to suggest we go and buy an airship and just long haul it over the capital. But sounds like it's not an
this
option.
plan. I think an airship versus a city full of drakes sounds in our favor.
I don't think it is after reviewing the situation.
Hey, they don't have a sun laser. I think we're in the clear.
But they have sun lasers. That's what we just found out.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have a sun laser in this equation.
Well,
Can we
well,
do
Jake,
sun
hang
laser
on.
the
Would a
airship?
sun laser work on something that's above it? Because
You're not really sure.
oh,
Actually.
You
That's a
have
fair
to get
point.
you have to go up close and examine it.
I
to be
mean,
fair, mirrors
using
and
mirrors,
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even need magic.
No, you don't need to be magic. No, you can achieve that with the regular rules. Okay.
Question. Okay, so they're paranoid. Well, not paranoid. They're worried the mainland's going to attack them at some point. Could we give them a false tip-off about that, so they send troops elsewhere?
So then we're condemning somewhere to. I guess if it's on our land, never mind. I figured it out. Sure.
Who needs a
It's
false
not going
tip
to
when
go
we'll
invade
just,
anywhere.
just get the mainland to invade? That's
Yes.
all you gotta do.
No, like so,
Just
like
start
the
another
mainland's
war
going to invade
for
the
our
south.
war.
Uh-oh. And hopefully they scoodle troops over. You know.
Yeah, but it'd be a much bigger problem for them if they're getting threats from the mainland than us.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. How we go about it, though, I have no clue.
We phone up Valsol and we're like, "This is the Dwarf King."
I'm gonna
Fuck
meet you
you,
around
man.
the back of the
You're
bike
not-
sheds.
Do not get dwarves more involved than they already are. Okay,
Okay.
I don't
This is
need,
the wolf.
I don't need to be the martyr for dwarves versus
This is
dragonborn for the
the
next
Wood
2
Elf
years.
King. Fuck you, man.
Try and call him Valasar.
I'm sending troops. I think it could work.
I feel like there's gotta be some sort of angle here for.
So I was like, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
Like I said, rescue Balak first. Do it, wing it. Figure it out as we go.
Wing it.
All right. Well, so for the Balasar, or sorry, for the Balak's rescue, I'm staying up high and lightning bolting them.
I'll
You
be
lot
your
are
partner.
looking for him and grabbing him.
Okay, so
I'll
if
be on Team Murek.
right, so could Fraffin carry Muir, Zorgar, and swoop and catch Balax? Is there an animal big enough for that?
I'm on my griffin.
Perhaps a giant eagle?
I think we've done the giant eagle before and done that, but I can't remember if that was the giant eagle that had been made even gianter.
I think it had been made even gianter, and also someone was carried in the claws.
Mm-hmm.
Because problem, I can't cast another spell if the thing is big, which is the issue.
I think Muir goes on Hraffin's back.
Mm-hmm.
Zorgar is on his griffin. Naren is on wings. And who else wants to come along? Really
Is
is
it
like the
Zarzan?
question, because like,
I can
Yeah,
take someone
Zarzan,
else on
you
the
wanna-
griffin.
do you want to go with
Zarzan?
Zorgar?
Sergeant, come on the griffin.
What?
Zarzan,
Oh,
you
oh,
are being
Am I here?
recruited
What's
for this
going on?
mission.
I'm
Zarzan will be around, yeah.
Fuck it, I'll tell him he'll be an archer on the back of the griffin.
That would be useful.
Hold on. In the
Have
interest of not getting shot, I should check how many people I can turn invisible.
Can you turn spectral griffins invisible?
Let's see right now.
Jake, Rurek has had a thought.
Yep.
Can he start making a harness for Muir onto Hraffin's back in case she gets killed and dies and falls?
Yeah, you can start doing that. It'll take a couple hours.
Okay,
and time is of the essence.
By harness, I really meant a rope, which is.
Oh, a rope? Yeah, you can tie her on. Yeah, that's
hang
easy.
on, Darren, here's a rope. Tie
Oh, yes,
her
I love
to
ropes.
him.
Okay.
Oh, right. So instead of falling
Raffin
to my
isn't
death,
an eagle yet.
instead of falling to my death, I just break my spine and become a paraplegic. I
Yeah.
love this plan.
Now
You
this
can
girl
build yourself
start
an
hesitantly
exoskeleton.
Whiplash
tying
meets
Mjor
death.
to Hrafen?
Once Hrafn's an eagle.
Oh, thank you for specifying.
You know what? I'm glad I did, because if I hadn't, I'm certain it would have gone the other way.
Invisibility. So cast is using a slot of 3rd or higher you can target. So I can do 4 people or creatures.
I mean,
Creatures will include
theoretically-
mounts.
Sorry?
Creatures also includes the mounts, obviously. So bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we reckon I should be high enough that we don't get spotted or
Okay.
shot, so we don't need it.
Alright,
it'll
okay,
be dive team that needs it mostly.
Yeah, so Balex, me, Hrafen. Is Zorgar coming?
Oh, right.
No,
Hrafn
Zorgar
needs
will
to be
be
able
on
to
his
pick
Come
up
on, the
Balex.
Griffin!
Right.
Make Zorgar's Griffin invisible so it looks like he's just crazy frog but flying.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I can give someone the invisibility doohickey.
The little gear thing?
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. We're fine. No worries. No worries.
Just had a thought about when we pick up Balex, the creature that picks up Balex needs to have the carrying capacity to pick up Balex.
Yeah, that's why
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
just
Okay.
doing Hrafen. And then Hrafen can grab him.
You also,
Got
for
you.
the invisibility, you have to touch the thing you're making invisible.
Yeah. Oh.
Is this gonna be a T-posing Balex is get
You
carried?
know, I have faith that Zorgar's hit points are enough that he can withstand an arrow save.
1 or 2.
Yeah,
Take an arrow.
The question is, can the Griffin?
fair point. I don't know.
Oh, hang on.
I don't know.
Matt, don't you have like you can square up the Griffin, right? And figure out how tough he is.
Against me, yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Jake, how tough does this Griffin look?
It has less hit points than you.
Ooh.
Oh.
I can't tell if it's a lock, can I? I can just tell whether it's below or above. Armor
Yeah, you
class?
can. Substantially lower.
Oh. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, another
What about
plan.
fighting
Wait,
class?
None.
Griffin.
okay, maybe slightly worse plan, but I'm not sure how to get around the Zorgar invisibility issue. Hrafen drops me like a drop bear onto Balex, and I teleport him out to there to.
You've used your teleport for today.
This
Oh,
is why
God
we're
damn it,
tying you to
Tanya.
Hrafen. Exactly. So you can't do this kind of thing.
Well, what is Zorgar and Zazen team even doing?
That's a good point. I think they're backup, right? Backup for
Yeah,
grabbing.
surely everyone should be backup besides Hrafen and Muir, who should be invisible when diving.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as you grab Balex, we just start causing chaos and dropping. Oh, can you give us bombs? Can we drop bombs on them?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
you have a bomb if you like.
Yes!
Only I think the reason Zorgar was going to be there is because he can cast freedom of movement. That's if Balex is
Yeah.
chained to somebody.
Can you not do that?
I
Well,
can't.
You would drop
Oh.
invisibility,
Oh.
but you would be able to do it, right?
Unless you put on an
I think I
item.
need to high five him is the only problem. Hold on, let me check.
Can you like lean off of Hrafen when
Yeah. Need to give him a swift bat around the head
yeah.
to do it. But then, yeah, I don't see why I shouldn't be able to do that. But then that'd be my 4th level spell, so it would just. No, that's still. If I cast it at 3rd level, it would be fine. Cool. It's good. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Hrafen and Muir dive invisible. At the moment when just before Hrafen's able to grab, Muir tries to reach out and cast freedom of movement on Balex.
Yeah.
Hrafen tries to grab Balex, and if that works, you get out. If it doesn't work, don't pull Balex in half, and Zorgar should hopefully be on the follow-up to do the same. But not invisible.
And we'll be dropping thunder and bombs from the sky.
Yeah,
Sick.
nice.
Right. Problem.
Mm-hmm.
I can't count, never mind, it's fine. I thought I'd use my 4th level spell to get out of the city when I made us all invisible, but there must have been a 3rd level one instead. I need my notebook, but it's too dark in here to actually see. This is what happens when your lights go out.
Your lights have gone out.
Yeah, that's why I'm...
Oh. Sorry.
I knew it was all your fault, Patrick.
Oh, you know.
I saw you around here.
All the power runs through Dunbar, you know.
I've got
Took an axe.
a
He pulled up
sunlight lamp.
Scottish power
I'm like,
and was like, redirect
Oh,
the power
Jesus.
to my
Oh.
house.
Oh,
Like-
there you go.
bounce it off the... Turn
Yeah.
it around. Hey!
There you go.
Hey!
Hey.
Oh. Ah. It's fine. Sorry, I just can't count.
Cool, no worries. So, is this the plan? Are we all happy with this plan?
Yes.
All right then. Everyone, mount
One
up.
person concisely explain your plan to me.
We are going in 3 separate teams of 2.
Uh-huh.
Rurik and Naren, Zarzan and Zorgar, Harafin and Muir. Team Rurik and Naren will hang about in the sky, raining thunder and bombs after we have seen Balax get grabbed, or whenever we think distraction is needed. Team Muir and Harafin will be diving invisible for Balax, hoping to freedom of movement him too and fly off. If Team Muir and Harafin should fail, Team Zorgar and Zarzan are to dive and attempt the same thing.
Okay.
I have two points that would be quite important here, I think. We have to approach from the south and leave to the south. We
Sure,
can't-
I also think we have to be high enough and drop down, as opposed to
Yep.
getting seen. on the way in.
One thing of note for you guys is that it is a clear skies today. There's very little cloud
Thinking
cover.
about it.
How many people look up? The bad guys never look up. They're fine, right?
We could do the other way, where you hug the ground, and then once we're like south of them, we go up and dive on them. It's an option. It's not a great option, but it's an option.
Oh, what are we saying? It's a sunny day, there's no clouds. We have the fucking Mr. Storms himself. You can create
Hey!
clouds.
Well,
Oh,
not
wait
so
a minute.
much.
There's no orb.
We lost the orb.
Damn it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
your stuff is with the other
Yeah.
region, so it's fine.
No, my stuff is in the palace. This is why I tried to go to the palace to try and reclaim it, but it's gone. It's
Isn't
somewhere.
it 50-50 for everyone though? Like your armor and stuff's at the palace, but your... Oh no, you got your hammer.
No, Jake, it's quite. Didn't we
All
confirm
Rurik
it's
stuff
like all-
is in the balance, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he called his hammer.
No, well, the hammer
Yeah.
was. Yeah, so the hammer was with one of
Yeah.
our people, and I called it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, because they took like all our weapons and stuff. But
Yeah.
none of your stuff is with them because you have a bullshit teleporting hammer.
I do have a bullshit teleporting hammer. I
So-
don't have a bullshit teleporting orb, unfortunately.
Yet.
Yet.
Why aren't you a bullshit teleporting trident?
Don't get mathy with me, Seven.
I mean, I'm just saying, Altius's weapon of the gods can teleport.
Can't
talk, so
can it?
Was it?
I'm
That's
glad
right,
for
yeah.
it, honestly.
Don't antagonize him. Remember last time he stabbed you?
He stabbed me, or did you stab me?
Who's to say?
You feel like Nautilus is glaring at you, Rurik, even though there's obviously no visual component as to.
Darren, what flavor of bomb would you like? Explosive.
Flavor? Strawberry?
Acid?
Bubblegum.
Like phosphorus.
What are my options?
I can do you thunder wave. I can do you
That sounds
chatter,
pretty
which is
sick.
just nasty sound, I think. Or I can do you fire.
Fire's probably the least effective. I'll take Thunder Wave because it sounds cool as fuck.
Alright, okay.
Thunderwave.
We're gonna be dropping a lot of lightning and the thunder
Yeah.
above. It's gonna be sick.
I'm gonna aim right for Carth's head.
Do you wanna
Off.
take one big boulder as well?
Oh yes, one big rock.
One big rock.
Thunderwave. Okay. Second level. Question. Jake,
Yes.
because Mira gets the plus damage thing to offensive spells, does that carry over?
How are you making bombs?
Oh, it's the spell story item thing. I'm just putting it
Okay.
in a rock.
Hang on.
Or, not rock, but flavored.
I think it probably does carry over because you cast the spell.
Hey! Okay. So, thunderous wave sweeps out, blah 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 blah. Each creature in a 15-foot cube must make a Constitution saving throw, take damage, get pushed 10 feet. Unsecured objects fly off. Audible boom up to 300 feet away, so that's probably going to hurt somebody's ears.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, right.
I'm just reading this.
Oh, you can use it 12 times as well. It's reusable bombs.
Nice.
This is the best part of being an artificer. I can't believe I haven't used it sooner. This is absolute bullshit.
But does that mean that Nara can have like one thing he throws tons of bombs out of?
Yeah, 12 times
So-
a day.
Sick.
We could do a carpet bomb.
Oh my god.
Man, that'd be horrifying. Oh, the carnage.
Mirror invents genocide! Woo!
Oh my god. How long till the mirror's invented like a black hole bomb?
Yeah.
Like you know
Okay.
that the really bad thing that happens when you like put a dimension inside another dimension? I feel like there'd be like a
Yeah.
mega black hole of death for a second or something.
6 at once.
Oh, wow.
Daddy.
All you need to do
Oh,
is have him tied to strings and just pull the string.
You make a really big bag of holding and have loads of little ones and then drop them all in the big one at the same time. And
Can you
see
have-
what
can you have-
happens.
Bagception, where you have like the Russian nesting dolls of bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that might be a side project, you know,
Sure.
nuclear warfare.
Not to rain too much on your guys' parade here, but Thunderwave is cast like from there.
Aw. Do you want Shatter instead then?
I think I'd still take the fire over Shatter, because Shatter's just gonna make people's ears hurt, right?
I mean, it'll deafen them, or
Well,
something
maybe.
close to it at least.
I'm pretty sure
Maybe
that's
like-
what Shatter does. It's still thunder damage Shatter. I actually don't know what the difference between Shatter and Thunderwave is, apart from its
Shatter's
Sound-
super loud.
a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within the range, which is 60 feet.
Okay, so the fire, can I drop that from further than 60 feet?
That's a good question.
Now I'm starting to eye up some handheld rocks as a backup.
That's 150 feet. Fireball.
How high is 150 feet? Is that reasonable
Pretty
enough
high.
to
I don't
be-
think you can do fireball in it
No?
because it's first or second level, isn't it?
Oh no, you're right. My bad.
Because 12 fireballs a day, that is obscene.
Leaving hell on them.
Not even Lida can do 12 fireballs a day.
Yeah.
Actually, she probably can.
I'm gonna see what else there is. I'll be with you in a minute.
Oh, hang on, don't I have like a... Who has the Pearl of Power? Oh, was that in my stuff? Wait, Zorgar.
I'm pretty sure
Use the Pearl.
Zorgar has it.
Do I have the Pearl of Power?
Yeah,
Not
it might be
anymore.
useful. You don't have any more?
I
Probably
don't
not.
have any more stuff.
Oh, you have any of your stuff. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say you could maybe use it just now, but if we don't have it, we don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can give you a laser beam if that's more fun.
Oh my god.
What's the range on a laser beam?
Scorching Ray has a range of 120 feet. You create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range.
It's 100, how high is 120 feet?
Well, you'd measure it in feet, and it would be about 120 of them.
Like, I'm struggling to visualize is what I'm meaning. So, like, is that justifiable?
20 fins?
enough? Yeah, that's still very easily within archer range, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick some rocks, I guess. I don't always just spell slash, so yeah. I'll just...
Catapult? Just
mounted on the back
supersonic
of
rocks.
wings.
That's a fault.
Anyway,
Can we mount it on a bird?
we get the bird to fire it. Pew, pew, pew.
Okay, let's just kick into action, I guess.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Watch
Okay.
roll.
So you're just
pick
mounting up
a
and heading off,
chunky
is that
rock.
right?
The superpower that just make it invisibility and someone can take it in case things go really badly.
Can team now in actually, does Zorgar have invisibility?
Not invisible.
Maybe better if they're closer in.
Okay. You have invisibility, Rock. Zorgar, congratulations.
Yay! Does that make my griffin invisible as well? And
No,
flying?
it's just
Oh.
you. It's just an emergency. It feels like a waste not to use it, you know.
Okay.
It's like your griffin has been knocked out of the sky and you're stranded in an unfamiliar territory.
Yeah.
Being hunted down.
It happened.
And a big 80s bass line kicks in, and it's like behind enemy lines. Okay, so you guys are mounting up, is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. The soldiers don't really know what to do with this. They're kind of all looking at one another like, is this that? They're like, Sargon's like, are you sure about this, sir?
About rescuing Balax?
Well, I mean, doing it this way. What if something goes wrong? What if they capture you again?
Sargon, haven't you learned by now? We are masters of escape. We can never be detained.
Not for
I
long.
can never be
Well,
detained.
Commander, respectfully,
Speaking-
you were detained yesterday.
Not for long though.
Sorry, allow me to rephrase. We can never be detained for extended periods of time.
Lord Zorgar was very nearly executed.
But he wasn't.
But I wasn't. You're missing a important part of information in that sentence there, sir.
I feel like
It's
the
fine.
group lost like 90 IQ points since Lettuce not here.
Usually, people learn things. That's
Yeah.
it. Usually.
We've learned
Listen.
a lot.
If we don't have to go
Don't
save
worry.
Balax, I don't personally care. But
Don't say that. Sargon, don't you worry about us. We're masters of escape. Done it many times before.
What if they don't give you the chance this time?
Well then, we're also masters at fighting.
And we're also, well, Rurak anyway, is a master of bringing people back to life after our plans fail miserably. So, you know.
And we're masters at teleporting to other dimensions to escape. So we're masters of many things that will get us out of this situation.
All right.
Ron, you should know
Masters.
better than anyone else here. You've been with this party. You've seen the inner workings of this Masters of Many team.
Just I have, Commander.
Yeah, for now, I guess you guys should start splitting into smaller groups, making your way round to Karen Hall. And I'll inform them of the small village just outside Karen Hall that we passed through. Maybe have that be the most forward team, and just keep an eye to see when the gates open, and we'll try and meet up with you there or just behind there.
All right, sir. He kind of looks around and he says, "There's 200 men here. That's
Yeah, the first part, Sargon, was smaller groups of less than 200 men.
well. I mean, that's
How do you...
that's like 50 separate squads. Or how are we gonna maintain orders?"
Masters of many, not masters of all, Sargon. I'm afraid. I don't know.
Kind of, people in the army like look at one another, and he's like,
I guess actually maybe hold fire here, but start moving up through the forest a little bit until we get Balax in return.
"All right, sir. How long should we wait before assuming things have gone poorly?"
We've got Rocky Talkies, we'll let you know.
End of the day at absolute worst.
All right.
Does someone, oh no, does Sargon have Rocky Talkie? He does, doesn't he? I thought we gave him one.
No,
Should we give him one?
it's fine. Gek has one though, and Gek's with him.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So you're just gonna have them move kind of roughly towards the sea.
Yeah, not exiting the tree line of the forest
Sure.
yet, but yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. In that case, you guys are just mounting off and heading towards.
Mirror, do you want to get tied to Fraffin just in case?
Probably,
Oh,
better agonizing.
Probably best.
Aaron
Yeah.
will use some of his rope tying skills to secure Muir to the giant eagle. That is
Sure.
for Raffen.
You can probably just secure. I don't think we
Can I
need
do
to
it in like a fashion where it like spreads it throughout your body, so that if it's like a jerking movement, it's not all.
Okay, now give us like
You
an
said
intelligence
eagle,
check.
didn't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My head is full of cold. I thought you said beagle for a second. I thought it would be a big Snoopy.
It's not gonna help. What kind of
Giant
tech is
beagle.
this?
Well, if it's a big enough
Let's roll a
beagle,
d20 first.
Does the beagle have wings?
Well, if it was Snoopy, we wouldn't need him. We'd just fly in his house.
Oh.
No one. Just red barn thing.
Oh.
Yes.
Sure. So you
Never been more secure.
yeah, Naren starts, possibly inspired by Zorgar's rope weaving antics earlier today. Naren, Mira seats herself on Raffen, and Naren, starts, he secures the arms, forms this kind of like brace-like structure, like a kind of a life jacket of rope, almost with a big long tether coming out to a corresponding life jacket on Raffen. And Mira, you feel secure.
Will I be able to get this off in an emergency? Is the only thing.
Maybe with a knife.
Probably with a knife, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like
Swiss Army arm
yeah.
over here.
You're a smart lady. You probably know a lot of knots and stuff. Even then, you're like some of the stuff narrated. You're like, hang on, what even kind of that's a bizarre thing. Like that's some kind of he just invented that knot.
Sailor things.
Yeah.
Sailor thing.
Just sailor things.
We have do you have a knife, Muir?
I think I have a knife, or I'm not sure. No, I gave it to. I put it in Gek's backpack. I'm pretty sure. Does anyone have a spare knife kicking about?
I don't suppose Naren has just. No, Naren has that.
Naren, you have
Handtried
200
which would
troops.
help. Yeah.
You'll be able to find. Yeah, you'll be able to find a knife somewhere.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I really should make a Swiss Army arm though. Just boing. Hey, bottle opener, just
It's got a little rotary saw.
Cool, I'm good.
And a bottle opener.
Nail file?
That'd be good. Automatic hammer.
Philip's head.
A Phillips head, yeah. Oh, a screwdriver in each finger.
Inspector Gadget.
Nice.
But that mean my wrist would have to rotate and lock though.
Yeah.
You have to have a ratcheting wrist, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So, are you guys just heading off?
Mhm.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Lida, because obviously, like, Lida had come along to help, but it feels risky bringing Lida along right now when Emma's not here. So we'll just say that Lida's staying with the troops, and if for any reason it transpires that things go badly wrong, and Lida would have come with you, then she'll end up being with you. So yeah, you guys just take off. And are you going in like formation or?
Yeah.
Sure.
So we need to go from the south, remember? So kind of where are we in the map again? Okay. Oh, so we actually have to go south first to like through this forest.
Over the forest.
I'm wondering if it's a bit more like. Oh, hang on, I can't draw. This one. Yeah.
Remember, they're also going to be moving northwards.
Yeah,
just,
so probably meet him like here or here or something. You know. That's fine if we meet him a little bit further off, as long as it's not
You can
outside
probably
Carrot
do
Hall.
that inner line, right?
Matt,
They're
that's
moving north.
that's coming from the west though.
But if they're moving north,
Yes, it's still coming from the west. You have to come from the south to not give away the army's position, is what this is for. Like, if we just come straight from the west, or like really shallow from the west, then it's kind of scuffed.
I am very heavily banking on video game logic here that they can't look up.
Pretty sure they can look up, mate.
We're not playing a
They're like
video game,
dogs.
mate.
How thick are the scales on the back of Dragonborn's necks, though? Do they have trouble looking up? Do they have like?
Sliding
Oh.
plates.
Yeah.
They can look up.
I don't think you want to like nerf yourself for the future.
Yeah.
It's worth it for the one-time benefit.
Eric can only look up if he's laying on the ground.
Yeah, that's a tilt
He's like
back.
Batman in Dark Knight. He can't rotate his head.
I suggest we move straight south, and then go back around once we hit the path and end up behind them. Because like I imagine we're a good bit faster than their marching pace.
You move twice as
Well.
fast as him.
Also, if Raffin dashes as an eagle, that's stupidly fast, isn't it?
Even if
Yeah,
we move
so
twice as fast as
wings-
them, I think we could literally just cut across to there, though, and then cut up.
They'll see, man. They'll see that. I think.
I think
Will they?
I think they will.
Yeah, I think it's better if we do what Patrick's saying and come down and then up.
But we only move twice as fast. They'll reach the city before we reach them.
No, I mean, that's twice as fast like normal flying. Like Muir said, we can dash.
It's more like 2.5 times the just there. Like you move at the slowest pace, but the slowest pace is the same. So it's just kind of ballparking it. But yeah, you move at 80 feet around normally. If you're pelting it, you could go 160. And they move at like 3.
I think we have the speed.
We can go at 160.
Jake, how long will it take for the 8th Legion to get from where they are now to Carantal?
Give us a survival check.
Okay.
For mathing it out with the hexes, in the time it would take them to reach Carantal, it would take us to follow your path to go to where they are now.
Even when we're
Nat
going
20. There we
fast?
go.
You reckon they're about 8 hours away?
Okay, so they're about 8 hours away from Carantal.
We traveled 2 hexes in an hour.
Okay. So, yeah, maybe something in between this. What we could potentially do is fly low and follow the river, and then go up. I don't know,
That'd be a fair bit faster.
because I imagine, is the river like indented into the ground at all, Jake, or is it like kind of flat with the ground?
No, it's got like banks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so we might be able to use those banks to just hide ourselves.
They're not like especially
Sure.
big banks, but you know
They're
they're
far
like
enough
kind
away,
of standard river
I think.
banks.
Especially if, like, around about here, we'll, like, go much higher anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
True. I'm still worried about the intercept time. But
I mean, the one where we follow the river is pretty close to that line you drew, Matt, which is like a straight
it
beeline
is,
for them.
but I'm starting to doubt my line now. I'm starting to think we just go the wild card.
Sure. I mean, it's your call, man. It gives away where the army is. That's my only issue.
We wouldn't have to go that far,
Does
though.
it? Because
they'd
like
beat us before.
you're banking on them being able to see us from like.
Dude, that's where we come from, and that's where we're going, right? So like if
Like, we don't have to exit the same way we came in. We can fly right over them and go back out the blue line.
It's true. That's true.
I mean,
I'm
it would
really
probably
open to
also like
going the top way is.
I don't know, man. It's your call.
Especially if we're flying away, throw some zigs and zags in there, they won't be able to keep up with us. Now we're far away, just there.
We've drawn every iteration of journey we could take here. No,
Not true. We could also do this.
And we can do that as well. Right.
I mean, Aaron, you would probably
Do
remember
this.
reading Torvax's diary. He had certainly had a pretty logical guess of where the hidden valley was.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should just do what Matt said, intercept them.
Mhm.
Like fly up here, intercept them somewhere on here.
Okay.
I prefer to intercept them like.
Yeah, well, it might be there, just wherever it is on there, and then we'll fly down this way.
Okay. I'm saying that this place is not going to be safe anymore after this.
No, it isn't safe now.
Okay.
They know
Semi-safe.
They have a
Ish.
strong idea though
Ish.
that we're in this area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's intercept them then. Intercept. Let's do
Let's
it.
intercept.
Okay. I'll get rid of my lines. Matt, you're drawing the official line of
How
where
did I
we're
get rid of my
going.
lines?
You see
Control
the
Z.
box icon? It's
All
like
that.
at the top. Oh, Control Z. I could do it.
You can just
Box.
smash Command Z and
Finn, on the left, select the pencil.
I
then
got it.
Select the top one. Yeah. Then you can highlight and delete.
Yeah, on me.
Yeah. All right, Matt. line time.
You're not drawing.
So yeah, I'm actually mathing it out instead of guessing. I can work out where the intercept point is. So in the amount of time it'll take them to go up 4 squares, we can reach like here and still be 1 hex above them. Come down a little. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, sure. Close enough. Roughly that. Plus we might get to check in on Balaam Estate. Multitasking.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Okay. So you're flying over Balin Estate and then looping back down the road.
Yeah.
Try and grab him that way. Okay. Sure. So, yeah. So you guys, you all take off. Then after a bit of deliberation around the map, you saddle up and zoom away. And about an hour and a half goes by, and then you can see Balin Estate underneath. Passing over, you can see all the archers and stuff. You can see there's people out there tending to stuff. Picking fruit and I suppose it's winter, so there's probably not that much in the way of fruit. But, they're working the fields and the orchards and stuff. Are you just flying over, or are you doing anything?
Is it too much to ask Urak to send Korvax down to commune with the bird we asked to go and gather intel through?
Korvax.
Is that not his name?
Korvaki?
Korvaki, there we go. Who's Korvax?
I don't know. I've heard that name before. But, I'd love to say yes, Naren, but Korvaki's not with me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All those holidays you're giving, for fuck's sake.
No, man. He was taken along with my orb and my shield. All my stuff.
Bastards.
Yeah. Fuckers. So that's why I'm gonna storm the capital at some point and get my stuff back. Storm the palace even. But yeah, I can't send Korvaki. I don't have Korvaki to send.
Okay. Guess this is the best we can do for now.
Yep.
Just passing by, maybe keeping an eye out for like any excessive military force that wasn't there before, any like extra guards or anything.
Well, as far as you can tell, but you're quite, you're moving fairly quickly over a well-covered area, so it's difficult to see without dropping down and exploring more. Can anyone give us a perception check as well?
Mm-hmm.
Was it everyone?
Everyone, yeah.
Okay. That includes me.
Good rolls. Apart from your. Sorry, Mir.
And Zorga.
And Zorgar?
Yeah. Balls.
So Rurak and Naren and Zarzan, you can see in the distance. You can see some aerial shapes moving around. They look quite big at the distance they're at.
No.
You don't know
Of course
what
there is.
direction they're going in or anything, but you can see that they're around in the distance.
Are they like circling or like flying with purpose?
They seem to be flying with purpose, but it's difficult to tell what direction they're flying in right now.
And Aaron, those drakes usually have riders, right?
Usually.
How do you feel about hijacking one of them?
That's a good idea.
Is it? They're
Yeah.
very. The drakes aren't passive, they're very attuned to their riders. It's not just
Attuned then.
stealing the car.
I can't tell because of lag, but did I roll a 30?
You did.
Oh my
Holy
god!
shit.
So yeah, Raffin, you definitely
Well-
also notice that, and you can tell that you can see there's a unit of drakes. There's like 4 of them, or 5, like however many there was that came to rescue you guys off the boat. There's that many drakes, and you can see they're flying roughly southwest, but it's difficult to know exactly what trajectory they're going on.
Southwest. You
I would have thought with
Yeah.
the 30, I would have known what they'd had for dinner.
You see curry stains around their mouth.
That's it.
Yeah.
I guess there's a chance if we see them, they see us, so we shouldn't act suspicious and just
Yeah, fly casual.
yeah.
Casual.
So unsuspicious, like, oh, don't mind me.
Jake, Breck leans back.
Just keep enough of a distance that they can't
Oh.
tell that we're not fake, and instead we're a giant eagle, a crow,
Just
and a-
riding.
Just riding, bro.
Except for our slow, casual fly, you know?
Can we
Cruise control to chill.
Can we try and swing for like a left, try and swoop around so we don't bump into them midway?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like by this point, you are you're like ahead of 8th Legion. You can see them below, so you're now kind of in front of them. So you can swing back around and come that way. That is your desire.
Cool.
But yeah, so yeah, like half an hour, 40 minutes goes by, and you know at this point the drakes you had seen have now vanished from view. You're not sure where they ended up, and you can see the 8th Legion below. You're kind of rapidly coming into range of them, and probably with Raffin's 30, Raffin, you can also see in the troops below that some of them. You can see a couple of stray fingers pointing upwards into the sky.
Fuck, they can look up.
Just
Dive
like
bomb!
Explain why you didn't think they'd be able to look up.
Because the bad
Is it
guys
something to do with
never look up.
Dragonborn necks or something?
That was my excuse for it, but
You said video game logic.
no, just they never look up. Why would they look up now? Got a road ahead of them. They got prisoners. Got to keep their.
But they might,
eyes on
if
ground.
the drakes are on their side, it might be like they're like us when the red arrows go by or something like that. They'd be like, oh look, it's the red arrows.
That's a good point, actually.
We don't make big engine noises there. We flat.
To be fair, Matt.
If the Red Onions display team were made of dragons, we'd look up.
It's true. We're coming from directly in front of them, Matt.
Yeah, I realized this as soon as I drew the line, but I decided not to say anything
Okay, well,
because I'd rather do this than spend another 20 minutes debating it.
okay, fair.
Uh,
Well, we're in now.
Maybe
so-
maybe some of the flyers could act as a decoy.
yeah, okay. I guess
We'll swoop.
if you guys want to go invisible, we'll do like a swoop motion in front of them.
Yeah, and then they'll chase you, and while they're chasing you, we'll swoop down.
Okay, yeah, I can cast invisibility on us now, but it'll drop again when I do the things. We'll have to recast it again, so burning through spell slots here, but it should be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Rurak, rain the thunder.
Okay, so I go make the little techno portal thing, zoop through it. We're invisible.
Sure. Okay. So Muir is making you guys invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what your squad is doing. And are you going to be like diving down to try and nab a red dragonborn from in amongst the sea of red dragonborn?
I guess we could just have a lazy cruise over since we're invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just avoid the archery parts.
And Rurak and Naren, what are you guys doing?
I
Drawing
cast.
attention, I guess.
I will
Okay.
cast Call Lightning at 7th level.
Okay, you're just whoa.
Backwards on-
You're
at
just going
top of the
straight in.
army. So apparently we're going straight
Careful
in.
you don't hit Balex.
I'm not hitting Balax. I'm going to target the Drakes at first.
The word-
You can't see any drakes around here.
Wait, I thought you said there was Drakes.
You saw drakes in the distance. They're not here.
Marin has got a shot that Rocky picked up earlier.
Okay.
Hopefully with the height and some speed, and there's a mass amount of them. gets on.
Yeah, statistically, it's in your favor.
Yeah.
And Zorgar and Zarzan, what are you guys doing?
Alright, I would go
Just-
to the bathroom.
yeah, that's what- yeah.
You're
just
the
it.
team. I don't know what's going on.
Your backup team if Muir and Harafin should fail, but you're currently on distraction team.
So Muir and Raffin are going invisible. Naren and
Right.
Zorgar are raining down the pain. Naren and Rurak are raining down the pain. What are Zorgar and Zarzan gonna do?
Rain down extra pain?
How can we paint them up?
I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. With this map, it covers like the
Whoa.
entire island.
Whoa.
Holy shit!
What the fuck?
A lot of lightning.
That's a lot of lightning. That's so many- Jake, I don't know how to get rid of that. I'm so sorry.
Urak destroyed Scale.
There's literally only 2 tiny little slithers that didn't get demolished.
He's just fixed all our problems. Sink the island. That's not a problem.
Make it rain for 1,000 years. I don't know how to get rid of this. Thank you.
There we go. It's gone now.
Thanks.
Uh,
Okay.
Sure. So Zorgar and Zarzan, you see is I take it you guys are flying in that triangle formation or some shit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So you see
I see
you
fire.
see kind of at the head of the triangle, this little shimmering portal appears, and Muir and Raffin fly through it, and the portal closes and they vanish. And you don't know what happened to them. And then you can see, kind of to your left or right, wherever Rurak and Naren are. You see Rurak hold his hammer up, and then there's this peal of thunder, and a storm cloud spreads as lightning arcs down onto his hammer, and he like points it down, and it kind of connects through and strikes down towards the earth.
Sick.
Basically inciting this army into like full-blown panic mode, because they just got friggin' lightning struck. So what are you guys doing?
Go find Valex.
I mean Zorgar and Zarzan right now.
Oh.
I don't really know what we can do right now.
I mean, you don't have to do anything. You can watch the chaos unfold if that is your wish.
Sure.
Okay.
Just sit back and watch what's happening right now.
Sure. Okay, so this is kind of their, they are somewhat surprised. So they're not going to have a turn this turn, the army, but next turn they are going to try and shoot you guys. You can see also kind of now that you're kind of up close to there, this is the closest you've been to their legion. You can see they're composed of heavy infantry and medium archers, roughly 3-2 in terms of infantry to archers. So like they're pretty mean looking dudes. They have less archers than the 5th Legion had, but their archers still look pretty
Can I
mean.
actually do something?
Sure, yeah.
Can I try and see if I can see that? Forgotten his name. Who we're here to save.
Sure, give us a perception check.
Or did you say perception?
Perception.
That's not the best.
There's too much going on. You're kind of like the lightning bolt just went off, and you've just seen kind of a lightning bolt from above, and it's like really blinding, because you get like the whole lightning bolt in frame basically. So you're kind of reeling. But yeah, chaos erupts in this army below, and then if we swing it back around again, Raffin and Muir, what are you guys doing?
Looking for Valex.
Okay, give us a perception check.
Good, cheeky. +6. Oh, 20.
I got 22.
20 and 22. Okay, yeah, you'll probably be able to see. Yeah, you can see a cart, kind of roughly in the middle of the army. It's fairly a long rectangle formation that they're in. And you can see there's a kind of a cart in the middle that looks to be piled high with stuff, barrels and supplies and things like that. and from the back of it, there are two chains extending down. You can see kind of Balex's head. Or you see a kind of a somewhat grubby-looking, rag-clad dragonborn that looks like he's probably a prisoner. Who kind of looks up and at the chaos. And you see... Raffen, with your 22, you see a slight smile play on the side of his mouth. From the distance that you guys are at.
Ah, does he know we're coming? Or he knows the game's afoot?
Right, so I guess if you want to grab him, I can give a swift clip on the back of the head and all his chains should pop off.
Let's do that. I like this plan.
Sure. So you're just going to swoop?
We're going to swoop.
Okay.
You see us swooping, you hating.
Well, they can't see you swooping, so they can't actually be hating.
Yeah, you can see us swooping.
Sure. So from your perspective, you guys start swooping down. So can you give us Raffen, can you give us an acrobatics check first to see how, there's quite a lot of stuff going on right now. So just to see, how tightly you can get in and, in amongst all the dents and stay on target.
Oh no!
Oh lord. It's always the same. Oh shit.
It's,
I've rolled like twice today and got a 20 and a 1.
Sure.
Good, and then just crashes
The
straight
universe needs to balance out, right?
So okay, so Raffen, you swoop, and you swoop down towards Balex. You're solidly on point on target. The trajectory's all right, and then kind of as this army is kind of starting to sort themselves out, you see archers below start like pointing up. Obviously not at you, but just kind of in the abstract, start firing arrows, and you kind of have to like barrel roll out of the way. And it just the way things transpire, you're kind of upside down as you try and pull up to try and target Balax. But at this point you're kind of upside down, having barrel rolled out of the way, and Mira, you slip from your saddle, still tethered to Raffen, and you land on the cart that Balax is chained to.
Oh, okay. That works as well.
But
You grab Balex and I'll grab you both.
you're going to take 10 bludgeoning damage,
Ooh. Wait.
Oops.
Okay.
and you're prone as well.
Hurting the
fine.
old ankles.
I don't need to be moving. Where's D&D Bianca?
You can see
10,
Balax
you
is
think?
about like 15-20 feet away. 20. Probably 20.
There is.
No, he's changed. So yeah, no, there's like he's like 10-50 feet away, but there's like there's people in the way, so it's kind of like difficult terrain.
Walking
Okay.
with heads.
So, sorry, how far away is he?
He is about 10 feet away,
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry.
but there's a lot of soldiers in the way, and people kind of like they kind of instinctively moving to like kind of like protect the prisoner almost.
Mhm.
Swords are drawn around you. Like people are unaware of your guys' presence here. In fact, is invisibility concentration? It is concentration. So can you make a concentration saving throw then? Having been bludgeoned,
This could go real bad.
you need to be at 10 on Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Oh, my favorite one. Saving
Oh
throw.
yeah. Oh.
Question. Has it been another turn since I used my +6 to find Balax?
This is the same turn.
Okay, well, there I am.
Okay, yeah, so that kind of adds to the confusion as, all these people, like, you smack into the sacks and barrels on this cart. You're still, like, tethered, so, like, you're being yanked and you kind of, like, hit and then, kind of, like, do, like, a 960 through the air, like, barrel roll, and your head swims with the impact and then you can suddenly see that the cord is quite visible, and you're quite visible, and the eagle that is just, is kind of on like still has a load of momentum behind it, is also quite visible. And so, like, Balex looks pretty delighted, actually, in the very short instant that you spot his face. Everyone else around him, they're drawing swords, they're pointing, there's yelling going on all over the place. You hear someone yell, "It's them, they're here!" And you hear the sound of arrows being drawn. Meanwhile, just in general, Naren and Rurik, you can see below you this event unfold where Hrafn and Mira become visible, and you see Mira is down in amongst the soldiers, and Hrafn is flying. What are you guys doing?
Can Rurik search for the leadership in that battalion or whatever, in the large army?
Sure. You can give us a perception check, but probably with disadvantage because there's quite a lot of chaos going on, and you don't know what this dude looks like, really.
Okay. Oh, okay, no good on that one. And in that 20, no! No! What is that?
So you kind of you look down and you're like, oh, there he is, that's the guy, that's Balex. So you find the leadership, but not the leadership you were looking for.
Oh shit. Well, can Rurik see the archers? Like, is there a large group of archers?
Yeah, there's a fair concentration of archers at the back, and there's some other archers kind of peppered through the kind of battalion overall.
Rurik's gonna go ahead and do a call lightning in the middle of those archers.
Sure.
It's the 7th level.
Okay.
So I think it's 7d10.
Okay. Well, don't roll for damage. We'll just say that those archers aren't going to fire this turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Anything from Naren? Probably not super. Probably like 100 feet tops. 120 maybe, if you're within call lightning range.
Okay, I guess I'll just hold my action. I can't really do anything, I don't think.
Okay.
Like fly wings anywhere in particular, Matt? Or
I was just thinking about jumping off.
you're thinking about jumping off?
Maybe. I was expecting this to go tits up, but I don't know what I'll do when I'm down there, to be honest. Other than say hey to Balex.
Alright, well, what I'll do is... Can I fly wings, like, from the southmost point of their army over them, and then, like, give Naren an opportunity to jump off if he wants to?
Sure, so you're currently coming from the north, so you want to fly over and then loop back and come back this way?
Oh, no,
like 500 foot in the air, it doesn't matter to me, it'll be fine.
Okay, well, no, I'll fly from the north then, just over them, Jake.
You're just kind of heading towards this kind of little hubbub of activity.
Yeah.
Maybe don't go low though. Stay up.
Stay up. Okay, I'll stay up. Mind you have your bombing run thing, if you want.
My stone I already threw.
You already threw it, sorry. My bad there. Okay.
It's just a rock that I threw.
Okay.
Did I hit anyone with the rock, Jake?
You're not entirely sure.
Did I see just a stray person fall over?
I mean, give us a perception check. 15. Yeah, you can see someone kind of in the army below going, collapse their head. There's a big dent in their helmet.
They had a helmet on. Pervious to my attacks.
Oh, he's not impervious, he's got a big dent in it. Okay, so it's going to be them. So one of their units of archers isn't going to go. The other one is probably going to target Naren and Rurik because they've not seen what's going on yet. So let's call it. I was reading. Let's call it. Yeah, let's call it 48 piercing per unit. So you guys are going to take 14 piercing damage. We don't know how many hit points Wings has, do we?
Yeah, we'd never figured that out.
We've never figured that
I
out.
don't want to hurt Wings.
Also, do they not even have to roll to hit? It's just they will hit us.
There's that many archers that it's like.
Oh, I see.
Someone's gonna hit you.
We're gonna say Wings has 60 normally. We'll just give him Griffin stats. Keep
Okay.
it simple.
80, 14 damage. So
Yeah.
73. Okay.
Okay. So, the infantry unit around Muir, some of them are gonna close and try and like, basically they're just gonna try and hack Muir to death, probably.
I don't like that.
We'll
Good thing I'm attached to this rope.
let me find what kind of a monster can they be? Veteran? Probably.
Can I ask how injured does Balak
He looks pretty rough. You know, he's not looking fantastic. You're kind of at a distance, it's difficult to tell.
Does it look like a trident to the shoulder would kill him?
No, he's made of sterner stuff than that.
Okay, good.
Oh, not again.
Failed was awesome, but it has to work sometime or the other.
Right. So 3 of them are gonna get an attack off on Muir.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. Game.
Gam says no.
Apparently. Alright.
Is there some kind of...
So it's a 6 on the first one,
This question.
9 on the next one. I take a 19 hits you, Muir.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you're gonna take 1d8 plus 3. So 4 slashing down. They did not roll very well at all.
No, not 4.
Yeah.
Took more damage from the cart.
And then that's kind of top of the round. So Muir and Raffin, what are you guys trying to do?
Am I about to get weaked off the cart?
Yeah, you're kind of mid-week.
Right, okay. When I'd like to try and, grab me like by the scruff of his neck if I'm weakened past him.
Sure, give us some kind of
My metal arms, it has a bit more sturdy to it.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
rip my shoulder out.
give us some kind of dexterity check.
Some kind of dexterity check. Let me see.
You can try and justify whatever one you want. Sleight of hand, maybe?
Stealth.
Acrobatics?
Probably acrobatics or sleight of hand.
I think acrobatics is the best I've got, so I'm gonna give myself +6 again.
Sure.
Normal. 20.
Okay. Yeah, so you weak, kind of just the momentum of Raffin, kind of dive bomb. You smack into the cart, kind of bounce once. One of the random soldiers nearby manages to overextend and just kind of gashes your leg with a sword, and then you kind of get like kind of bound up in the rope and then unbind and then kind of reach down, kind of like there's almost like a slow-mo Matrix moment in like bullet time as Muir kind of like barrel rolls and reaches down and grabs like kind of like claws at Balak and manages to get hold of some amount of fabric, and you've got him and you got his shirt.
I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement
Sure, okay.
on him. I'm already touching him, so it's
Yeah.
convenient. Zap him through my arm.
Uh-huh.
And then yell at him to grab onto my arm. Because I
Sure.
don't think the short's gonna hold him.
Okay, let's see how. Balak is not the most dexterous fella, but he's been kind of prepared for this.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. So immediately he kind of swings around and grabs. He grips you in the armpit, which is not ideal. It's a little tickly, But he does have this vice-like grip on your underarm, as his he kind of like sort of flexes and his manacles like pop off when he reaches around and like connects with you. Praffin, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah. You've just recovered from dodging out of the way of a volley of arrows. And Mura's fallen off your back, but seems to have the situation under control in the split second that you're able to see.
Has she gone to Balin?
Yeah, seems to. It's kind of difficult to tell from your perspective. But were you saying you were shouting something, Mira?
I was shouting, "Fly, Raven, fly!"
Are you meaning like fly and pick you two up?
Let's go!
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to pick the pair of them up.
Sure.
I'll just,
I've got him. It's fine. Just go.
Cool. Oh yeah, you can teleport.
Also, she's tied to you.
Oh yeah, right, okay, right. I'm gonna try and grab him. Flavor. I wasn't sure because I thought Muir had fallen off me, and therefore I thought I was gonna have to grab them both. But I'm just gonna try and grab Balin and go.
I've already got him.
Oh, you've already got him, right? So we're gonna go.
Sure. So you're just kind of flying away. Sure.
Zoom,
Okay.
zoom.
So yeah.
Dash.
On Dasher, on Dancer.
Sure. So yeah. So in this kind of split-second sequence, Praffin dodges out of the way of a volley of arrows. Mir falls off the back, smacks her head off the cart. They become invisible. Rolls through the air a couple times, gets tangled up, gets untangled, gets slashed with a sword. Somehow manages to connect with Balax, and pops his manacles off, and then kind of the momentum, Praffin, flaps his wings forward, and you guys kind of feel yourself pulled, airborne. Although Mir, you can feel a lot of tension begin to, create itself in the rope with the strain of you and a big friggin' dragonborn. And you can see there's that kind of moment where you see on the rope kind of ahead of you as it stretches out, you see one of the coils like pop, and things start to fray. So Rurik and Naren, what are you guys doing?
So can we see that happening? Because we were like flying low and from the north.
Yeah, you can see you see Praffin kind of follow through on his motion, and
So-
Muir and a dragonborn with her begin to kind of rise into the air.
I kind of like your idea here, Rurak, of doubling up while we're here. I know what Karth looks like, right?
Yeah,
Met the man.
Uh-huh.
Can I look for him?
go for it. Give us a perception.
Gonna get that car.
Yeah. Okay, can I use a lucky?
You may.
Much better.
Okay, yeah, you can see him. He's back the way. He's more towards the head of the army.
Fuck.
But he's kind
to
of.
get my lasso ready.
You see, he's got. He's brandishing his sword. He's using it to order people, the archers to fire. You hear like he's shouting stuff, but you can't make out what he's saying. But you see him. He looks
Is that my
concerned.
action to perceive him?
No, you can just do that. I think.
Okay. Rurak, he's over there. The one with the sword. Meanwhile, I'm readying my lasso.
Okay.
Is the lasso like a euphemism, or are you actually tying a rope lasso?
It's either gonna. Well, I was just gonna, retire the lasso from the old days in Aaron with Nautilus now being the
Uh-huh.
string of water, but that'll break, right? It's only a momentary thing.
It is only a momentary thing.
So yeah, I guess readying the lasso.
Sure. Okay.
So do you want me to go back and we'll get him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So wait, so Naren pointed him out to me, so I see him, right, Jake?
Yeah, Naren pointed out the dragonborn with the sword. You can see quite a lot of dragonborn with swords.
Can I request, as a bonus action, can I request a bit of a finer detail direction of where they are from Naren?
Just left of that dragonborn over there, and right of the
That
feather
one.
dragonborn.
Yeah, with a little trial and error, you managed to figure out which one's Karth. Like
Okay.
you're like, oh yeah, no,
Where's
I
Wally?
recognize that fucker. He's over there.
Okay.
Probably the one with the great cloak on or something, or
Big sword.
nice armor.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does look a
thanks.
little nicer than everyone else.
Looks a little nicer. Jake, I'd like to
What a
call
handsome
lightning
fellow.
directly on his head and channel divinity.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ,
I don't
dude.
Sure.
want to kill him.
How much is that gonna do?
Man, electrotherapy.
70.
I wanted
70.
to lasso him.
70.
You're gonna kill the man.
Nah, he'll be fine.
You'll be fine. We're,
The
just
thing
giving
should
we're,
pass my ass.
we're giving him a knock on the head.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you bring down another arcing lance of lightning, and it impacts on the ground, and kind of the blast sends a bunch of people flying. As the light is fading, you can see Karth still there, but he looks like he's like there's almost a kind of like a cartoon like frying thing going on with him. He looks pretty scorched.
So, if anyone was around him, I
Uh-huh.
think they would have gotten like pushed really far back with the whole
Sure,
thunder
yeah.
damage 10 feet
Mhm.
thing. So I'm hoping that will make it easy for Naren to like target him.
Sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Cool.
Um,
Well, I'm gonna fly wings over and have a good range for Naren to hit the,
Sure.
the lasso.
Okay. So tying a lasso to Bayam is probably going to be a turn, so we'll probably like the actual lassoing will probably take place in a turn from now.
Sure.
Um,
For future reference,
Yes.
Naren carries 2 ropes.
Okay.
This is a thing he does often enough. He will probably, in the future, past this event, have 1 rope that is permanently lassoed.
Okay. Sure. So it's going to be them. So let me see how much. So one group of archers are going to target Naren and Rurak, and the other group of archers are going to target Muir and Hrafn and Balax. So for Muir
Like
and
a
Hrafn
nice
and
like little human shield thing going on with Balax.
so it's going to be 24 to Muir and Balax and Hrafn.
I have one hit point.
You have 1.
But if that rope snaps.
And it's
Oh,
going to
they need
be
to- they need to
12
get out.
to Naren and Rurak.
Okay.
And Wings.
Okay. How's
Wait,
Wings
sorry,
doing,
I
Jake?
didn't-
I don't know.
He's about half health right now. He seems
Sorry, I'm-
somewhat concerned.
I'm a fool, and I didn't take the damage for the last one because I thought it went to wings. Was it 14 for the one before?
It was 14 for them before, yeah.
So that's a total of play 6.
26. Aye. Oh, sorry, I didn't check with Sorgar and Zarzan. Are you guys doing anything? You can see all this stuff, all this mad shit's going down. You see, it looks like Hrafn and Muir have managed to secure Balax, and you see Rurak and Naren, head down there, and then they suddenly swing about and go in the opposite fucking direction.
What's happening with Muir? Like, what's the rope? What's happening with the rope? Is she still attached to?
She's
the
still
ground?
attached. It looks very taut. Like it's kind of difficult to see from this distance, but it looks like that rope might snap any minute now.
So that's stopping her from getting away, though.
No, they're being pulled into the air, but on a somewhat precarious thread.
I'm confused. Which rope is breaking? The one that's tying her.
The
to-
rope that ties Muir to Hrafn is breaking.
Oh, okay.
The one securing
After-
Balax, that's all. Balax is free.
All right. Okay. Do I have a rope?
Probably. It's probably the sort of thing you guys, I assume, carry around. Ropes. They're pretty useful.
Would mending fix the rope situation if we kept doing?
Probably, yeah.
Alright, okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay, you're fine then. I'll follow. I'll tell the Griffin to follow. Wings.
Okay. Yeah, the Griffin caws and acknowledgement, and you guys zoom round and swing in behind Rurak and Naren. So that brings it back round to the top of the round. So Muir and Hrafn, what are you guys doing? You have secured Balax on a somewhat unsecure rope.
Hey, I'm conflicted. I should make us invisible because I'm imminently about to get run in with an arrow. But the rope is about to snap as well, so I should cast
Can you
mending on it.
teleport us, or are you out of teleports?
I can teleport. It is to another dimension though, so that's
Oh, okay.
inconvenient. I will make us invisible, and if I fall, I can hover down. It will be fine. It's not huge. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make us all invisible.
Okay. You can only make you and Balax invisible. Because you have to touch Raffen.
Oh, of course, yes, I do. It's not actually that convenient then, is it? We're getting out of here pretty speedy though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Can I sort of go for evasive maneuvers
Yeah.
to make me harder to hit, or make
Sure.
us harder to hit?
Give us a dex save.
Did it roll? I can't see.
Nothing has come through yet.
It says I'm not proficient in dex saving throws. I would have thought I was.
You only really probably not. I imagine it's like wisdom and intelligence for a druid. You tend to get very few saving throw proficiencies.
Is it rolled yet? No.
No.
Right. Did I click the +5? I was clicking on the thing.
No, you
but I
click the
think
name. Dexterity.
Yeah, that should be us now. Honestly, don't know why it's lagging. It never used to be at all. Oh lord.
8. So so you take evasive maneuvers. They're probably not going to do you a whole lot of good. I'll say that I'll say that Raffen can take, if the archers shoot you again, you can take half damage. Let's say half damage to keep it simple. But Muir and Balax will still take full. But yeah, you kind of dodge and weave as best you can. It's quite difficult though because there's a hail of arrows here, so your actual positioning isn't super important to things. But you take as best invasive action as you can. Mir, what are you doing?
Okay, so I think the best case the thing I can do here, I'm gonna cast Fly on Balax.
Okay.
And let him know that if the rope snaps, he can fly and please catch me if I pass out. So I imagine I've probably got an arrow sticking at me somewhere at the moment.
He grips your armpit tighter in like a rictus. It's almost painful.
That's funny. So, and he can fly now, and that's all my 3rd level spell slots done.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so that will probably take some of the tension off the rope. So I will say rather than a 50-50 chance, it's on a 1 to 25 the rope will snap, and if otherwise it won't. So the rope seems to hold for now.
Ooh. It landed on 50. Jake, what if he wasn't flying? Would
It would have snapped then.
Oh. Good job.
So, Rurak and Naren, what are you guys doing? You see Karth in the distance, kind of staggering. All right, give us a.
I think.
Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. Aaron, go ahead.
Aaron is preparing for the. He's got a lasso cast.
All right, go for it. Give us a.
More the cowboy within him.
Okay, give us a ranged attack. You can have advantage because Rurak's kind of cleared a path for you.
Come on.
You gotta hit an 18.
Now, how would I do a ranged attack without the weapon?
I don't know. Roll a d20 and start with that.
How do you add as a
Oh!
He's getting lassoed!
Yes!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you there's this big explosion of lightning. People are like freaking out now. They're like just widespread panic. And Murak, you see Naren kind of, you feel this past the top of your head, and then this big loop of rope swings through the air, and it kind of like wobbles and then pulls down, and and then Naren, there's like this whoosh, kind of sound as Naren yanks the rope past your ear, and you watch as as Karth gets like ensnared, and so now you have him on a rope.
Amazing.
No. You imagine being a soldier.
I know.
America does a big one.
We're wilding out here.
We should give up adventuring and just be a circus.
You really should with me.
We're becoming cowboys.
What's telling us is we should go back to adventuring. We're much better at this than we are leading an army.
I'd like to cast full strength at 3rd level.
Okay.
On Wings and on Naren.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that do?
They have advantage on strength checks. And
Okay.
it doubles their capacity to carry.
Okay. Yeah. So
Carrying capacity.
sure. So there's another kind of bolt of lightning, but this time it strikes downwards, like towards Rurik, and it kind of branches off, and one kind of arc slams into Naren, and the other one slams into Wings. And you feel, Naren, you feel this rippling lightning surge through your muscles, and you feel your legs get kind of like pressed aside a bit as Wings swells as well.
Wings get swole.
Full wings.
So I take it you're kind of pulling through on the follow through as well and try and yank away up.
Let's just go.
Okay.
Let's boost.
So you start heading off in that direction. So Zorgar and Zarzan, as you pull in behind, you watch this lassoing happen, and then they start to pull up. What are you guys doing?
Oh no. Every time I have an idea of something to do, the next turn it is pointless. I have no idea what to do.
The moon's got it down.
Our Muir and
Fly away.
Relax doing.
Yeah,
There's nothing for us to do.
And
I mean,
that
in
dangling
the
from a rope behind the bird, you could pull off a old catching maneuver.
you can see Karth is
My
kind of
vote-
dangling.
My vote for what we do is to not fuck it up.
I would agree. I would tend to
Fine.
agree.
Don't fix what ain't broke.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
currently
We
there's a
just failed,
broken rope.
I think.
Well, I was gonna go and save Mira last turn, but she was like, "Nah, I'm fine. Don't need you to save me."
I thought the rope was gonna be fine. Muir is almost very dead.
Yeah, maybe you could do some healing or something, Finn. I don't know.
Drive-by high five.
Yeah, try by healing.
I was gonna try and fix that rope, but
I mean, it still looks pretty risky. That rope. You can see it's still kind of fraying.
I'll fly down and try and fix it. And
Sure.
Also, okay. How are you? How long is the rope you're attached to Raffin?
It's probably 30 feet.
I don't know how I could fix it using my rope. Could I like double tie it around or something?
Well, if you're trying to like tie a new rope around, that's probably gonna like while you're both in motion, that's kind of difficult. But like obviously like Mira and Balax are like they're kind of dangling, so you could always try and like take them on, like take some of the weight of them, like with you guys or something, like try and catch them and keep flying or something.
Yeah, I'll try and
Would
grab
be
them.
one
and
way of doing it.
Try and grab them and like fly up to where Raffin is.
Sure. All right, give us an animal handling check. We never do that. They never come up.
I don't even have that on. Oh, it is right at the top.
12. Okay. Yeah. So you kind of, as Naren and Rurak pull up, trailing Karth behind them, you swing away and zoom over the top of the army, which is kind of collapsing somewhat right now, with panic, and you kind of swoop. Like you don't manage to like support, but you kind of swoop under where Mira and Balax are. So like on their turn, one of them could like drop onto you or something. You don't manage to like fully support them this turn, but you're like in a position to kind of help if anything gets fucked up. And then it is unless Zarzan, do you want to do anything? Have you got any moves up your sleeve?
Not particularly.
Sure. Okie dokie. So then it is going to be the Harmy. So
Nice knowing you guys.
I mean, one of the archers would normally fire at Rek and Naren, but they do have the commander with them, so they're probably freaking out a bit and not really entirely sure what to do. But the other one is going to try and fire at Muir and Raffin and Alex and that crew. But also Naren and Zorgar and Zarzan are there. So let's split it. Let's give 2d8s to Zorgar and Zarzan, which is 4 to you guys, and another 2d8s of 8 to Muir and Balax and Raffin.
Muir's unconscious.
Sure,
I'm
okay.
probably bleeding.
Okay. So, yeah, Zorgar and Zarzan, you notice kind of just above you, Mira kind of goes limp, and is now mostly being supported by Balax's armpit grip of death, who is kind of seems to be floating. He's kind of like it's kind of like he's drunk fizzy lifting juice, and he looks kind of concerned. Everyone else, well, actually, they probably do still take a pot shot at Rek and Naren, but we're gonna give it less because some of them don't. So, yeah, Rek and Naren and Wings, you can take 5 more.
Okay. 3. Okay. All good.
And then Mira and Raffin is you. Raffin's not here right now. So let's go to Rek and Naren then.
Do I have to make a death save?
Oh, you probably do, yeah.
Did I see Muir get hurt there?
You're probably too far away at this point. There's too much going on.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll heal. I'll heal Wings.
Sure.
So I've got 10 storm charge right now, Jake, because I did a 7th and a 3rd. So how much health is
Your storm charge is based on your armor.
Thank you.
Which is
Sorry, okay, never mind then. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Your armor at the palace might have 10 storm charge right now. But you don't.
Okay. Okay. So how much damage has Wings taken?
He's taking 31 damage. By my count.
Right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hit Wings with a 4th level Cure Wounds.
Okie dokie.
So cast Cure Wounds at 4th level, and I think it just casts.
Sure.
And is that 48? Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you press the healing button. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So 23
hit points back to Wings.
Okay. Got 8 damage. Yeah, so this arc of lightning that is kind of empowering Wings and Naren kind of surges a bit more, and Wings kind of, his feathers kind of preen themselves a little bit, and some of his wounds seem to close over. A couple of arrows get kind of like forcefully like popped out by wounds sealing themselves. Anything from you, Naren?
Naren's probably just gotta stop reeling in his catch.
Sure.
Everyone reflected, really?
Okay, give us an athletics check then.
Does he have advantage on that?
It does have advantage on that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Get him
Very
here,
nice.
Carl.
Sure. So with a 24, you kind of, by the time there's the last two, there's probably not that much rope left. So you've got like, I don't know, like 30, 40 feet of rope to haul, and you start, you make full use of all your big arm spans and start hauling him up. As you are hauling him up, you can see him. He's still got his sword in his hand. And he's like slashing at the rope, trying to cut it and set himself free. But so that like there's a point where it frays, where he's gonna manage to get like a couple of slices in. But at this point, he kind of looks down at the height you guys have gained and sort of stops as you kind of are able to grab his breastplate and keep a hold of him.
And can we disarm him with the sword?
Sure. If you expend one of your Battlemaster dice, I'll let you do it.
Sure. Yeah, I can use the disarm Battlemaster.
What's the sword like? Is that a nice sword?
It's a quite nice sword, yeah.
Yeah. Just a pretty standard, like a nothing special about it from a glance.
Yeah, I don't think it's made of glass or anything. It's a nicely made sword.
Yep.
And it Darren reaches down and twists his wrist, and cranks back one of his thumbs, and it kind of slips out of his grasp and tumbles through the sky down.
See if that hits someone.
No.
Helmet's not gonna save them.
No.
No.
Sure. So, I mean, that is probably gonna at the speed you guys are going at is probably gonna pull you out of effective archer range quite quickly. So we can probably move out of combat mode, and if you guys are just planning to regroup and flee.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna fly Wings in the direction of the other two flyers.
Sure.
And just try and get a convoy.
Yeah.
Together. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess so. So last turn then. So Zorgar and Zars, and you see Muir is kind of collapsed, kind of dangling from the frayed rope above. If you guys are wanting to do anything.
What did you say he was? He was collapsed. What did you?
Yeah, Muir's like unconscious, bleeding out, in midair, grabbed by the armpit by Balax.
Can I grab them?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you can.
With the griffin?
Yeah, kind of like move up and take her down.
Yeah, and then is there space on the griffin for me to? You're either behind or in front of me.
Yeah, you can get Muir on here. You couldn't get Balax as well.
Okay, can I get Balax to be in one of the claws of the griffin?
That is probably too much weight, but Balax looks like he's probably going to head up towards.
Right,
in fact,
okay.
he's take her. I'll go up here and.
Alright, I'll grab Muir and put her in front of me.
Huh?
And then I'll. Does that count as an action, or can I use lay on hands?
I think
we
we can roll that into one thing. So just you can use lay on hands as well.
How many hit points do you have?
0.
Yeah. No, but like when
Oh,
they're
right, in total. That's a good question. That is. Where did 39.
I can put you up to full health.
Oh! Thank you.
Nice.
Sure.
Can I go?
So Zorgar and Balex make the exchange and pull Muir down onto the griffin, and as he does so, Zorgar's his hand glows with like pale, holy light, and some of the arrows get like pushed out of Muir as her skin starts to kind of heal over, and you come to consciousness. At first you're like, oh, I'm back on Raffen, and then you look down and realize that Raffen has lion's paws on him.
And he's green,
And,
or
yeah.
whatever color the griffin is.
And you can feel Zorgar kind of, I don't know, I guess just probably the immense body heat that Zorgar must give off, just kind of behind you.
Like a radiator.
Yeah.
Can breathe fire.
Soul buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, would you have taken any soul buddy damage? Or is it a two-way system, or is it only a one-way system?
It should be a two-way system, but I'm doing a very poor job of applying it consistently. So I'm kind of hand-waving it now.
I would
Okay.
love if it was a one-way system. Just, you got fucked because Zorga was playing Uno one time.
So yeah, are you guys just fleeing the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the southern, or not heading directly towards the army.
Sure. Yeah, Cartha's gonna try and wrestle with you guys.
I'll give him a big old hug.
As
Restrain him.
are you pulling him up onto the back of wings?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like, as you pull him up, he's like he clocks you in the face.
He's
like,
tied up. Well, he's got.
oh, he's lassoed. Yeah. He bites you. He bites your arm,
Oh, fuck.
and then you can see
Wait,
it.
does Nara not have like bull's strength or something?
Yeah, you can still be bitten.
I'll threaten to drop him. I'll be like, if you keep this up, I'll drop you, and I'll pick your remains up off the floor.
Can I try and help with that intimidation?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Roll for intimidation.
I'd like to like hold my hand above his face, like crackly, lightningy,
Sure.
and
Yeah, you can
give
see
him a
there's
scare.
like the kind of that sort of smoke thing going on, or like just kind of in the gaps in between his scales, you can see there's like fire kind of brewing.
Oh, nat 20s on all the most unnecessary rolls.
well.
And then, yeah, what do you say to him there?
Simmer down, or I'll drop you and pick up your pieces afterwards.
Yeah, you see the kind of the fire in its throat kind of dissipates, and then he spits in your face.
Can I headbutt him?
Yeah, you just kind of
I'm not.
thump him. Yeah, you numb. He kind of reels him.
Let's go kiss.
I like the idea he's like still kind of smoking on the head,
He's smoking on the head, and then a little bump.
Yeah. Yeah. After that, he kind of calms down. You can hear him shouting at you like as you're going, but like because of the wind, like the buffeting of it, like you can't make out what he's saying.
Sure. I guess we'll circle around to the army and land and deal with them there.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, we can probably just kind of fast forward to that. So you guys, sorry, go on. Susie?
Oh, I think her connection.
Oh,
must
she's
have-
frozen.
Yeah.
Someone's phoned the house.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
someone's on the house.
So could someone just sabotage Izzy by just ringing her up? Like,
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
important battle, just be
Gibbon
like,
has experienced a light breeze.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll guess we'll deal with that when she comes back. So yeah. So you kind of circle back around. So the whole excursion takes like, I don't know, 3-4 hours probably. and you kind of arrive back at the camp and decant everyone. The soldiers all seem to be surprised that you've made it back. Actually, like they rush over and they're like, "Are you injured? Well, get some doctors over here. Let's help." And and you actually all seem to be largely okay.
Better than ever.
And then
I'm so surprised.
yeah, kind of Kareth comes over and then she looks at Karth and she says, "What's he doing here?"
Are we bonused from our trip? Gonna shove him to the floor. Maybe start securing him more with some rope.
And she kicks him.
You know him?
Aye.
Finn, there's a crap ton of noise coming from you.
It's my computer fan. Can't do anything.
Oh,
Oh,
he's gone.
there she goes. Oh,
Oh.
she's back.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, somebody called and
I
didn't update her
I
now.
called it. Called it.
You did.
Sorry, you were about to say something and then you cut out, Izzy.
I was gonna say Mira's just gonna spend time flying back, picking like splinters from the car
Sure.
over at the back of her
Yeah.
head, probably.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys arrive back and decant everyone. There's a kind of a tense exchange where Gareth kicks Karth. Belair's kind of sort of staggers over to Naren and kind of like, kind of claps him on the back and he's like, "Commander! You came! You shouldn't have!"
You knew we were coming. This is what we specialize in.
It's too dangerous. You shouldn't do that. I'm just one man.
We're all okay. You always gets knocked out. It's fine. Used to it. It's fine.
That's why we had the rope.
I kind of give a bloody thumbs up from across the.
He comes over and he kind of
Also, she's fine then.
kind of embraces Mira as well.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
And then he kind of turns around and he's, "So what have I missed? You escaped from the palace then?"
Yeah, that was all part of the plan, Balex. Come on now. Thought we were going to stick around to get executed?
Sorgirl was got executed.
He kinda-
No,
But I didn't.
We escaped as planned. Zorgar was just a little lacking on the escape part.
Well,
Well, it was much harder for me to escape.
he kind of
I was
grins.
in a pit.
He's like, "I didn't expect it to work."
Balex,
Yes,
I'm
that's
disappointed. We also got this little bonus while we were picking you up.
Karth is like, is he still lassoed?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to tie him up at this point.
Yeah, I think
To
like
secure him
he's
a
like
bit better.
hogtied.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like kind of like writhing around on the ground. He's like, "Release me!"
I shove
Because
an
that's
apple
going to
in
make
his
us release him.
Aaron's
He's-
also maybe keeping a foot on
Spits
him
it
to make sure he doesn't.
mouth. That's a perfectly good apple.
Why don't you give
Fuck
it to him
you!
there?
Fuck you!
This guy's a real piece of work.
Fuck you too.
Oh. Garth, you thought you could get away with it. You thought you could convince us of the adventuring pass, huh? Well,
That's
Did
really.
not work.
I'm afraid we're seasoned adventurers. We've fooled the likes of you.
What do you want with me?
I want information. Where's the fifth gone?
Ormonth.
Why?
He kind of like he looks up. He's like, "That was their orders."
Why were they ordered to go to Ormond?
He kind of just looks at you like really confused. He's like, "It's a routine exercise."
Don't look at me like that. I'm not a fucking soldier.
Kaldai is in a few weeks.
What's Cal
You
back?
really know nothing, do you?
Dragonborn Christmas.
Thanks. No, I know nothing. He knows a little more than nothing.
I know what Kaldai is. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Knew something.
You were just going to happily deliver Balax to Valasar?
He's a traitor.
Or are you the traitor?
Dun dun dun.
He glares at you.
No, you.
Uno reverse card.
Got
She
him.
really messed up if we got Leda to do that fake memory thing she can do now and convince him he actually is a traitor.
It was you.
It's a good point. Maybe we should like have an interrogation conversation when Lida is around, because she can do mind fucky stuff.
Not sure she would, but
That's true. Her morals might get in the way of it.
Damn morals.
Stupid wizards.
Stinky morals. Rurak didn't say that.
Darren did. So you okay, Balax? Sorry we took so long.
He's kind of rubbing his wrist. He's like, I'm all right, sir. Thank you. We'll take more than that.
Glad to hear it.
So what's next?
That's what we're trying to work out. Also, probably shouldn't discuss it in front of the
Connor says,
prisoner here.
Jail. The headsman's block.
I'm afraid
I already
we
tried
don't
that
serve that kind of punishment right here because we don't have any cells. But for now, you'll be tied up. We probably shouldn't discuss what we're going to do in front of him in case he does somehow escape, but unlikely.
does he have any cool magic items on him?
Doesn't seem to.
Does he have any cool armor?
Yeah, he has quite nice armor. Yeah.
Interesting. What would you say the retail value of this? I keep forgetting I have
The retail I mean, he's wearing plate mail, so that's
One of
worth like
one?
1,600. So like probably like 2,000 gold for it.
Oh.
Like it is quite nice armor.
Can I kind of stagger over to Naren? It's like, now, I'm just saying that particular set of armor there was a limited edition, and I know people who would pay good money for that. Just putting that out there.
I like where your head is at. This is turning out to be quite profitable. Of course, for security reasons, Naren is now speaking aloud in front of everyone. We'll have to, take your weapon and armor off you, and then be stored safely in the markets. But forgot her name. Fuck.
Kairith?
Kairith, thank you.
Just walks in front of him. K.
Maren would remember. That doesn't.
Here.
Kairith, you seem to have a visceral reaction to this guy. Well?
Well, we served together. She kind of nods to Balax. He says he's Captain Gaur's nephew.
You don't want that much. But typically, like, serve together and nephew, that doesn't typically lead to kicking.
She just kind of like shrugs.
Okay, I'm gonna summon some soldiers and have them just tell them, like, strip him of his armor and any weapons he might have and make sure he's secure.
Sure.
I'm gonna oversee the process, I guess, and Rurak, if you could heal Balax, that would be swell. Balax, if you want to take a seat. We might have to move out soon, but take a seat while you can.
Move out for where?
I'll wait maybe ask Zorgar for the details. I don't want to stay in front of this guy, and I'm going to oversee him, make sure he doesn't escape,
Sure.
and head off with him then.
Yeah. So I mean, like he talks a big game, and he's antagonistic, but he submits to the process and gets stripped of all his armor and stuff, and like manacled.
Tell one of the soldiers, deliver this to Mule, and ensure that I'm not left out. Thank you.
All right, sir.
You're gonna have a nap on a log somewhere.
Sure.
If Balax is getting looked over by Rurik, can it be that like Balax is sitting on a rock or a pile of rubble, and Rurik does the knee thing, the little when you tap the knee with the hammer? That's it. Just one tap with Thulnir, and that heals him to like full or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. He's like,
yeah.
Just boots Rurik in the face.
yeah. You tap him on the knee, and then there's like a
Breaks his kneecap.
it like kicks you like in your thigh, like with an amount of involuntary force. Is that?
Yep.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I wanted to see if that worked for you as well. So we're good. You feel better?
Yes.
Good.
Substantially.
Good. You can go about now, whatever your business is.
Aye, he kind of stands up and goes to check in with the other people.
Cool. Do you want me to extend a spell slot for that, Jake?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Call it a fourth to get him back to full.
Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable.
Okay.
So Naren, you go and oversee the imprisonment of Karth. And Muir, a short time later, two soldiers arrive and they're like, Jesus, don't know.
You snore like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That was very clear.
One too many concussions to the head.
Yeah. You feel someone kind of shake you gently. Miss
Ooh.
Kelly?
Hi.
The commander sent us to deliver this
Oh.
for your safekeeping.
Ah, yes, of course. Just leave it there. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Straight back to sleep.
The soldiers disappear. So what is gonna be your guys' plan from here?
Interrogate Karth and then move on to Karen Toll.
Okay.
So we need to go check on Balin first.
Yes, we need to check in on... Well, there's a list of side missions that are somewhat optional. We can check in on Balin, or we can just hope he's fine, or acknowledge that we've killed the man. We could go down to Ormonth and try and retrieve stuff from the 5th that's down in Ormonth, but that's quite the detour.
Yeah.
And we don't have all that much time. Or we can just go into Carantol, wing it.
To be fair, they're
an army in.
Their 8th Legion is commanderless now, right?
Yeah, we basically disabled our Legion.
That's really
Hear me
good.
out here.
Temporarily.
Hear me out.
Until they assign a new leader.
Yeah.
Lasso mission number 2. Go nick the 5th commander 2.
Steal the 5th Legion.
Yeah, what if we just go around and kidnap all of the commanders and captains?
They're mine now.
That's actually not a bad idea.
The Lasso Bandits, strike again!
Like the whole
Lassos of justice.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Waves of lassos of justice.
Comes through the window.
Waves of Justice of Lassos. A lot of stuff. I mean, if we go to Carantol, we can go via the Balin estate, right? So we can check on him whilst we're going through.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
We could also ask for last minute help from him because we're about to go and do our last play, right?
Yeah.
Dude, give us some
he's
fruit.
fucked.
Yeah, so he's fucked anyway, so it's kind of in his
not in a good
interest.
position.
So it's in his interest for us to succeed, right?
That is pragmatic.
Yeah, what we
I
should
like
have done
it.
is leaked everyone who had connections with us, so they were fucked and had to join our side.
Great idea,
They
man.
were enemies of Alisar.
Yeah, this is what we should have done. Do it now. Do
Should
it.
have had more spies in our army.
I mean, if we just want to go and start sieging the capital, the Carantol tomorrow, sure. I can't. Is there
Yeah,
a better time or a
exactly.
better setup we could have?
Yes,
We-
but are we going to do that? No.
No. We just disabled. We didn't disable, but we took the head off of a snake, which was really good.
Yeah,
So,
that was a
A
pretty.
tiny snake in a pit of snakes where there is a much bigger
Hey
snake.
man, I'm trying to look at the good positives here, you know.
I feel like if we're going to be checking on Balin, that will probably take most of next session anyway. We can go from there.
Yeah, because they'll probably just be like, Balin isn't here. Let's find him. He's been captured. Time for another mission for the Lasso Bandits.
Isn't Balin's are they the farming family?
Yeah.
Agriculture and shit,
is-
yeah.
Is there any chance at all that he can smuggle us in on like a caravan of supplies?
I'm the smuggler around these parts. If anyone's smuggling us in, it's me.
Well, okay, sure. But is there any chance Balin can supply us the carts to do that? Or
Possibly,
can we make
but
a
you have to
Trojan horse?
You have to remember this man has lost his entire standing. He's probably now been outed as a villain of the country or an enemy of the state.
That's a good point. We just need the carts. I think.
Because they're still going to be getting food sent to Carantol and shit.
Hopefully. At least maybe the carts will help us get closer to the gates. Without getting fired at by archers. You know? I'm just trying to think how we can get into the city.
Be some bullshit we were not thinking of.
Yeah, like airships.
Like airships.
Let's teleport to
Oh.
Mirrodin, buy an airship, fly back, and skydive it.
I like that plan. A completely
We're
wild card
dropping-
plan would be to go to that weird door we found and see what
Yes! Yes! Let the Dragolich loose! Tear down the mountain! Whatever it is!
Just, you know,
Just,
might be
we
really
fucked
handy.
it, might as well.
Fuck it. Leave the door open and walk away. Just walk away.
Problem solved.
I'm wondering how helpful this will be, or if this is a card to play later. But you know, Fraffin,
I know.
your other grove in the other dimension that has like the poison snake and all other collection of awesome, crazy
In the
animals
Fae.
in the Fae.
Yes.
Yeah. How fast can we weaponize that?
Take loose in the palace, we'll kill them all.
How quickly can we raise an army of animals?
No, we just whip out the snake. Get him to
I've
get him
got-
to
Look,
come
look, you
through.
can't
You
just be
whip out the
whipping out the
snake.
snake.
We will not be. This is a family show.
Go on, whip it out. Go on.
Come
Just
on,
walk
whip
to
out
the
your
palace
snake.
gates and just go whip.
I've
Right,
got a
see my
battalion of
snake.
cracked potatoes ready to.
Just go up to the gates and be like, "Want to see my really big poisonous snake?"
The incredibly deadly viper.
Gas noodles. Okay, so all these are fantastic ideas, right?
But we need practical ideas, not fantastic ideas.
I mean, I think our rough outline for next week is just interrogate Karth, check in on Balin Estate, go to Carantol. if we accomplish that much, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like that's a few things to accomplish, right?
Yeah.
We have to go through the interrogation process with Karth. We have to go talk to Balin. He might not want to talk to us at all, to be fair. It might be a dead end.
He's got to be pissed at us, but he's not going to have much choice.
It might be a literal dead end too. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah, he might be
True.
dead already.
Yeah. In which case, we steal a bunch of carts and pretend we're a caravan and enter the city easy. No questions asked.
Easy.
Easy. Can we... No. Can't dig a tunnel.
I mean, we can, but it'll take a while.
Take a while. Can't fly 200 people over. Can't tree teleport 200
Could have
people
we
over.
bought airships?
Good of.
Just saying.
You'd
Docks.
probably get shot down though.
I imagine we're fucked if we go with docks, right? If we get on a boat and we try and go for the docks, I imagine it's going to be a bloodbath on our like troops.
You just probably burn the sails and we're fucked.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like
And we
storming the
did.
gates. I feel like storming the gates is like our only real option here.
Storm the gates.
Storm the gates.
There are
Storm
many
the
ways to
gates.
sneak in
Storm the
smaller
gates.
groups.
Ninja style, samurai.
Yeah.
I wonder if we should at least try and send a fake message that they're getting invaded somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Is there like a Lord of the Rings lighting of the torches? Not torches, lighting of the big
Beacon.
bonfire situation between like Orminth and Carantol, maybe? I'm like, is there like an emergency fire or something that Orminth would light to be like, help us, please, we're getting fucked.
Bondo calls for aid!
Good idea.
Yeah, Orminth calls for aid. Yeah. If it's an Orminth calls for aid sort of situation, we might have some sort of... Because they know that we attacked and we went south, right? So they could be thinking that we're in Orminth. So if we, like, somehow fake that Orminth is in actual trouble, and
Without
get that
going
message
there.
to them, without going there, yeah. Does anyone know what Scale's, like, communication system is between cities? Is it just, like, letter, or...
I
Was it
imagine
It's not
Zorgar
even
would
though,
be most likely to know.
Or Zorgar.
Yeah, Zora would probably know. It's largely letters, for like basic stuff, like civilian stuff. But they got like they do a lot of wizards as well, like wizards kind of go back
wizards.
and forth. And,
Ah,
King
We
wizard.
know a wizard.
that's a hole in the plan. But we have a wizard. That's one thing.
You do have a
we know
wizard.
What if we captured one of their wizards, modified their memory, and like made them believe that Orminth was under attack, or something?
Yeah, let's do that.
And then that wizard would tell Carantol, and then Carantol would send troops down to Orminth, and then we attack Carantol as the gate is like, open or whatever.
I
Yeah.
like that idea. My only concern is the one wizard we've came across had a giant fuck up laser beam.
Oh yeah, it'll be tough. It'll be tough. Actually, it also kind of involves going to Orminth, so
Our wizard
That's a
has
thing.
fireballs, so.
just cast Fireball.
Well, you're saying their wizard has laser beam?
Oh, okay. Our wizard
Ours has
fireballs.
fireball.
Yeah. Nah, I think we're good. I think our wizard wins.
Our wizard, best wizard.
Yeah, it's true. I think we just need to find one of their wizards for this plan. If there's another plan that's better, please. Like, I don't know.
I like the wizard plan. The wizard plan
Sorry,
makes
I'll-
sense.
Jake, is there any hires, Gondor calls for aid sort of situation?
not as far as you're aware. The other thing with your wizard plan to bear in mind is that you already kind of sort of did this when you initially surrendered. There was a Soreth went out and pretended to have come from Carantol, calling about an attack from the mainland.
Right.
So it may,
Wonderful.
it may read as a similar move.
What?
It's almost as if we thought this before.
Yeah, real good. Pastas are smart.
Yeah, I say just
That's all I've
stick
got.
with stick with the basic 3-step plan for now. If we come up with something better along the way, great.
Cool.
Hmm.
Yep. All right. Interrogation. Balin. Try get to Carantal.
Is there a specific information you were trying to get out of Karth?
Karen?
I guess kind of any intel he has on. Yes.
Where a wizard is.
So,
Well,
buddy, know any wizards?
Know any wizards? I mean, he would. He's a commander.
No, he definitely knows wizards.
I don't think the location of our wizards was the issue with the plan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Eventually.
probably going to ask how much he knows about the action that is being taken against Zorgar and I. Like, how much the army is being split to deal with Zorgar and I versus how much is being put aside to deal with the mainland. Any troop movements he might know about, like any of the main legions shipping out, or whether all the main legions are still on scale. And then just any other juicy secrets he might know.
Juicy gossip. All the juiciest gossip.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, if it seems like he's hiding any top secrets, which I don't suppose he would, because he's a captain. I've already mocked him for this.
Sure. Okay. Well, that gives us stuff to work for next week. So just before we finish, then, kind of, Balix, having done his rounds, kind of comes over to Naren and says, "Have you heard from the ship? When I was with, Tarek and the Legion, they were mentioning that, moves were being made against them."
Oh, damn it. Of course they were. Well, Farrell chucked his stone overboard like a muppet. Lid up. Wanna hit
Is
Farrell
around.
for us?
All right. Well, we'll pick up there next week.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, if you watch the stream, cheers for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday, not next Tuesday. See you then.